see. There's a day that we love, it's our time to be free. From the hustle and bustle, we take a step back. It's Aloha Friday, it's time to chill and relax. Aloha Friday, the day we all love. With tea and Nino, we rise above. From the real uncommon podcast, we bring you the vibe. It's time to have fun, let's take this ride. KingNino's laughter, these witty charms. Together they're a team, they'll ease you with calm. Songs of life and passion in this digital land. Aloha Friday, come join our fam. Aloha Friday, the day we all love. With tea and Nino, we rise above. From the real uncommon podcast, we bring you the vibe. It's time to have fun, let's take this ride. From the mountains to the beaches, from the dawn to the night, the Aloha Friday spirit shines oh so bright. So gather your friends, let your worries go. It's time to talk stories on this YouTube show. With the positive vibes in the ocean's breeze. Aloha Friday, it's moments like these. Aloha Friday, the day we all love. The day we all love. We rise above. We rise above. From the real uncommon podcast, we bring you the vibe. It's time to have fun, let's take this ride. Aloha Friday, don't work till Monday. But even I know they'll make you happy. Let's cheers to the weekend and raise a glass. Aloha Friday, it's time at last. Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. With Deanne and Nino.
Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Uncommon Podcast. It's our 129th live stream. Let's go, everybody. It's the weekend and less time to chill out and hang out today. Let's see how Dee's doing right now. Dee, how are you?
Hello, happy Aloha Friday, everybody. Happy Aloha Friday.
I knew it.
Da, 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 da. Okay, everyone that's watching, you gotta Google that song so when I do this, I don't embarrass myself and you can just join in with me.
It's a literal tourist infomercial right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, she's right. That song is like pretty much embedded in our culture since we were young kids, or as I like to say,
Yes,
the
elementary.
Hanabata days, right?
Hanabata days. Oh, yeah.
Hanabata days. How are you, Dee? How are you doing today?
I'm good. Just chillaxing, hanging out. Yeah, another hot day, but beautiful day outside. How have you been, Hinano? What's crack-a-lack-kid? Oh,
I think she knows how I've been. So, guys, I'm actually on call today, and I actually have a thing going on right now in the background, but I'm trying to do both. So I'm here. I'm moonlighting. Let's just say I'm moonlighting right now. So I cannot miss this episode right here because we have a star in the studio. Who do we have today, Dee?
Ooh, let's bring him on in.
Should we just bring him right in?
Yes, let's go.
All right, let's go. Let's get him in right now. Ooh.
He's back already. Ooh.
Let's go. What's up, Nino?
Oh, we in the building. Yes, we are. We live in effect. The Uncommon Podcast number 129. The Wolves is out from Queens to Kona. D and Nino. Congratulations on the little one coming. Always remember, Nino is a great name.
Put that in the notepad, D.
Yeah. Along with the other names that were given from other people. It'll be a long middle name.
Man, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight on Aloha Friday. And this is your FA on the podcast. I've heard you in spaces. I've seen you in the Whatnot shows. I can see all the good stuff behind your back. How you doing today, my man?
Oh man, I'm enjoying my kahana. It's over. This is relaxation time. And now I'm glad to be here with you guys. You guys are always spreading that Aloha Spirit, and it's infectious. You know, you guys are a great couple. You always have great energy. You're always in good spirits. You know, you're very conscious in the reality spectrum of things. And this is a blessing to be here with you guys.
Wow, those are high praises.
Those are awesome. Yeah. How do I beat that?
I don't know about that. Well, thank you for that. That's really kind of you to say.
Yeah, man.
Or just being ourselves. If you meet us in real life, this is basically what you see is what you get.
You might run from me though, Nino. If you met me in real life, you might run from me because I mean, it sounds like you have grown you've grown up here before, or you know the island life. I am pure Portuguese, which means I can talk your brains off if you don't stop me. So.
Now we love that. Yeah, I'll be right there with you. She might run away from us. Actually, we be talking stories. She's like, still. Enough already.
Not even, man. There's a reason why she's yappies. She can sometimes talk way more than me. This is probably why we're married. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We never get anything done, and we talk way too much together. So
That's true. But it's always nice to hang out, and it's nice to talk story. You know, I get to know people and just see where they're from, where they're going. You know, where their heads at, and just be welcoming. So. Yeah, hence Aloha Friday. So thank you once again for being here. I know it's way late for you. So yeah, I appreciate you being here.
You know what's funny is that I'm still kind of on Hawaiian time. So I'm like a nighttime vulture still because the time just, I just have to crash out sometimes, But the time thing never leaves you, It's like the days go by so fast over here, but you have enough time to do everything over there that you can wake up at 6, 7 in the morning and be tired by 7 o'clock at night,
You know, it's so funny that you say that. I had a buddy of mine that moved from Texas. They bought some land over here, and they tell me how fast time goes and how tired they get by the time it's 3 o'clock. And you're right. So today I got up at 5:30, which is probably like noon or 2 o'clock for you guys, right? So we're behind the time, right? We're like in the past, and it's like almost 6 o'clock, and I'm just dead to rights right now. Versus if I was in the mainland, I could probably stay up to 3 o'clock and just nothing, right? So
yeah.
Oh my God, I used to die when it used to come down to the VV drops because I would have to wake up at 4:30 to be ready at 5 in the morning because of the 6-hour difference. It'd be like, oh my God, and then I couldn't go back to sleep because now you got to get on the market, right? So that's a big difference there, But I actually miss it, I miss it, it's calling me. So yeah, I might be popping up soon. On you guys.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about right there. You're absolutely right. 4:30 we would get up to prep, right? This is back in the days when we used to spam, right? So at 5 o'clock, and then you're up already. Then you're trying to hit the market, and then I'm just praying for daylight savings because then it starts at 6 instead of 5 o'clock, right?
Oh yeah, that extra hour. It does help. Yeah.
It does. But it's kind of cool being behind because then we can kind of see what's kind of developed throughout the whole day, and then catch you guys on the rebound. I mean, I guess we're kind of like Conan O'Brien or Jay Leno for everybody because we're playing late right now. I'm sure Doctor Strange. I seen you in there. It's dark 30 for you folks. Where are you, Nino? By the way, where are you living right now?
So I'm in New York. right now. I was born and raised out here in New York, and then I moved out there. and then for health reasons, I had to come back. I've been back maybe like 2 years now, and I'm ready to go back home. I'm at the point that I'm like, because this is home, but that's home. Like that's where I want to die at. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's
I know.
for me. I tell everybody, at least one time in your life, you need to visit an island. Every island is different for everybody. One
True.
Maui or Kauai or Oahu. It just depends on whoever you are. But at least visit. Some people come. It's like, yeah, this not for me, but it was beautiful. Some people like, oh my god, and then some people like, I'm gonna do it, and then leave within 6 months because they're like, nah, I can't do it. So
Yeah.
it just really depends.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
and
know.
we
Go ahead.
oh sorry. No,
No, no,
we
go ahead.
we've had friends and like colleagues or people that were born here and got raised here, and then they moved to the mainland for school or whatever, and either they go and then they want to just come back because the mainland or whatever part of the mainland they're at just didn't work out for them, so they're like, okay, I'm coming back. And then some people like leave and was like, nope, I'm never coming back to Hawaii. It's like I don't like it how it's so slow, or like nothing is open after 9.
Well, that's
But
usually the people that have not lived here for the longest. So, like a good example is COVID. A bunch of people bought, land and houses here, and they stayed for like maybe a year, 2 years the most, because we don't have trash service. Our Costco is like an hour drive away. There's no Uber Eats here, by the way. There's no Uber, by the way. I'm the Uber, so that's it.
yeah,
Yeah, you know
at
what I
least on
mean.
our island, yeah.
Yeah, so creature comforts is it's like camping out here.
Hmm.
You know, the only thing they had was Bike Squad, right? It was like Bike Squad was the only thing that they were doing on Maui. So I was in the Big Island, and then I transferred because I became a district manager. So I ended up moving to Maui, and then I had stores on Kauai, the Big Island. So I started in the Go Wireless Verizon in Dakota Commons, and then yeah,
Oh
and
Wow.
shit.
then yeah, you see. So I made that store profitable basically, and then I grew it, and then from there I ended up becoming like the youngest district manager. So I ended up moving out to Maui, and then I had stores on all the islands. So I was traveling and everything back and forth. Um, but then COVID kicked in, and then everything started to, the islands was kind of, it was vague, things were really unaffected. It was like, is this even real? It was a small little percentage of things that were happening on the islands compared to the mainland. But
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I came back. I've been down like 2 years, but it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. You miss it a lot.
Yeah, I used to live up in Newport Beach. Well, yeah, I guess you say it's the border between Costa Mesa and Newport Beach, and yeah, I just thought of home. Even though the ocean was just like a 15-minute drive away, it just was not the same versus over here. And like over here now, I take it for granted. Like the ocean is like 15-minute drive down the hill, and like we go like maybe once every month. If any. So
Nowadays, yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I prefer the slow life, to be very honest. I love camping. You know what I mean? And this is where I'm at. I'm not a city boy. I tried it out. I didn't like it. I'm here. This is where I'm planting my roots. You're paying for the view here, guys. Don't get me wrong. It is expensive to live here, but you know what? I mean, if you're happy where you live, you're happy where you live. So
True.
You know, and you get spoiled, seeing the sunset. Those sunsets where you could see six different colors. You get spoiled seeing it all the time, and you're like, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, it's okay. But like we just so used to it. You know what I mean? But like
yeah.
The Big Island, for me is home. Because I ended up buying my condo in Maui. Because I was there. After from the Big Island, but I consider the Big Island home. And you got you got 12, 13 climates just driving around the island.
They
So
don't
it's like
believe it. They don't believe it
Yeah.
snows here.
the ghost towns. They don't understand about the ghost towns. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot just on this one particular island, but um like for me, I don't have a lot of other places to compare it to because I've only been on islands my whole life. different parts, but like I've been to the mainland. I think like how long were we there? Like not even a week, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I can live here, but it
Yeah.
would be cool to like, it's cool to experience it and just be out there every once in a while. And I mean, they got food like 24/7 and tacos, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think when I took them to decon, I think it was the first night we got there, we were hungry. Actually, it was the morning. I think it was like maybe like around midnight, 1 o'clock. They're like, we're hungry. Where can we eat? I'm like, well, just Uber Eats. What? Here, watch. Give
Yeah,
me,
it
give me
was
your phone.
crazy.
You know what I mean? And they deliver it right to her hotel, and she's like, wow. And it came in like 10 minutes. You can order whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, that's what we don't have here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm Uber Eats.
Yeah, they got
That's
the
true.
instant gratification thing over here going. You got DoorDash, you got
DoorDash.
Uber Eats, you got Grubhub, you got everything in 10, 15 minutes. And it's like, yeah, you get pizza. Over here, you can go get in Manhattan, you could go get $1 pizza still at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, after the bar, after the club, whatever. You can still go and grub out and everything like that. Because New York is different than, like, um, a lot of people go from Hawaii to Washington to Vegas to
Mhm.
Cali, right? And they stay mainly on the coast when they go back to the mainland and stuff. If they hardly
Yeah.
go to the East Coast. But
Yeah.
New York is just a beast in itself because it's the city that never sleeps for real. Because you could go out and you're going to sleep and people are already up doing things, and they've been up for a couple hours in the midst of you know so I don't think the appreciation for life is there, and like it took me a couple years to get acclimated, because I was still fast and on my hustle and bustle thing. And
Yeah.
so they were like, well, you got to get through 1 year. Well, after you get through 1 year, then you got to get through 3 years. After you get through 3 years, if you get through 5 years, you're good. And then I'm Puerto Rican, so it was like I was local. People were following me around.
That's
So
it.
it's like,
No, I got a story about that. So I had a buddy of mine that I met through my cousin. You know who I'm talking about, right? I don't want to say his name. I don't want to dox him, but he worked for a vein clinic. And he
Mhm.
was just so new to this place, and African American, like not really knowing anything. It's very boring here, but he gave it a try. He gave it 1 year. Still tried to get acclimated, and then after his second year, he started really getting to the groove of things. Started slowing down. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't understand. Like you really got to learn to just chill and relax. You know what I mean? Literally just chill and relax. It's okay. You know what I mean? And it's hard to do that because if you're from the hustle and bustle, all you want to do, like you just said, just like bam, bam, boom. You want to move like the Flash. And he learned how to chill. He learned all of this stuff to where now he's got a local girlfriend to where he doesn't want to move. He's literally planning routes. He's trying to find a house. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing to see that, because then you're pretty much considered a local, right? I mean, when we say you're local here on the islands, we doesn't necessarily mean that you're from here. It just necessarily means that you get it. You know what I mean? You moved here, you understand the people, you understand the respect of the entire place of itself and the essence of it all, the spirit of it all, and then the good times, and you learn how to chill. Once you do that, then you kind of understand where we're at. And I know you understand where we're at there, Nino.
oh man, 100%. That's why I'm like, I look at your pictures, and I'm like, oh, I just miss like I miss parking and then walking to Macalavena. You know what I mean? I miss, I miss driving up to Waimea just to be in God's country.
Yeah.
Like horseback riding up there. Like Parker's Ranch and all of that. You can literally go skiing and surfing in the same day, and then still barbecue when you get home. You know what I mean?
Although we don't encourage
don't
that because you might
recommend
get
it,
the
though.
bends, right? So yeah, but you can do it for sure.
Yes, it is possible.
The elevation, and even the trash, right? Like people will look at you and yell at you if you throw things on the floor. If you litter, they're looking at you like you're a piece of shit. Like, what are you doing? But out here in New York, everybody's just throwing things out the window in the cars, like no care for anything. So the appreciation for life, like you get to see, how the water and the animals live and function and grow, and the animals outside, the cows, the goats, you can grow your own fruits, vegetables, get your own chickens. People got chickens running around, you're like, you go visit them and you're like, and that's where kind of the cruise, you just gotta cruise, like learn to just cruise, you know what I mean, because everything's gonna get done. And it took me a while because of the mentality of just, going. And they're like, money's not everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to enjoy life. Like, and that's when I started getting the preservation for life. Like when you hear the stories of like King Kameya and then the family and, and then like Pele and all of that, like when you absorb that and really understand, then you start getting a different appreciation, Then you come out here and it's like people are animals and you're like, oh shit, I gotta be an animal in the jungle again. So now it kind of, and that's what I don't like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that no more. That's not me no more. I'm more on cruise.
You're on Hawaiian time.
Yes, all day, all night. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to touch sand again, like real sand. You get to see little Nemo and the whole family just right there. Like you don't even have to snorkel. You can see them right in front of you, just doing their thing, and you're like, scar. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I love that you said that, because this is the thing that D and I really try to like hammer down in this digital space, right? We're in this digital community. It's got Vivi, it's got McFarlane, it's got the Bat Cows. We're all in this space, right? But the one thing D and I noticed when we started in this space is it was missing the Aloha Spirit. You know what I mean? And that is the one thing that we're always trying to hammer down in this space. And some people mock it. Some people look at us strange, like, what is this? They're so nice. I'm like, no, we're literally trying to express ourselves in a digital form to let you guys know this is our way of life. This is how we live here. And now we're bringing that into this digital space. And I really hope that we're affecting whoever that we're interacting with, because that is our big goal. Our big goal here is to unify everybody in the Aloha Spirit and also diversify everyone, just so you can relax, chill, and network out and talk story. That's kind of like our big thing here. What do you think, Dee?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But on a side note, just because we are nice does not mean we are pushovers, people. But yeah, I mean, we will speak our minds in a respectful way, and as long as people do the same, it's all about mutual respect and just trying to bring like the welcomeness that we experience here on the islands to everyone else, literally around the world. So yeah, like Hinana says, I hope we're reaching people out there with our vibes, because we don't have time for all the other negative stuff. But yeah, I think I just kind of went on a rant here, but know what I mean.
And I really want to double down on that. Yeah, like we are nice people, but like don't fuck with us. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, yeah, don't do that shit, because we ain't gonna stand for that shit. And we'll leave it at that. So
anyway,
I can hear D say, "Oh brother. Oh brother. You want scratch fucker? You want scratch fucker?"
Yeah. Slaps.
But that's my sister. That's my sister.
Yeah, that's half my family, to be very
gets
honest.
Crazy.
But, like if some of my family saw somebody littering, they would probably grab you by the neck nicely and say, "Don't do that fucking shit." You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, the kid, she did that. I mean, she didn't swear. We were like at the food court, and someone like had their trash and it fell, and they saw that it fell and they didn't pick it up, and she's like out loud, "Mom, do you think they're gonna pick that up? The trash is right there." I was like, I don't know, we'll see.
I don't know if I'm a good or bad parent, but I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
For real though, and you see how you could be alienated, because it's like, what are you doing? Like, we take care of our land, we take care. That's why I was like, for me, when I think about it, I'm like, it's in the United States, right? But it's kind of like away. So it's like naturally, everybody can survive together. You know what I mean? Off the natural resources of the land. like, like just the neighbors or giving each other what they need as far and and it has been done. So it's like, a lot of things are expensive because they get shipped in, right? But
Yeah.
everybody can live off the land in itself, like the tourism helps as far as keeping the economy going. But as far as the people, it's like, yeah, we don't need nobody out there. Don't come and fuck up our shit. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you brought about self-sustainability, because like we live in the country. You kind of know where we're at. And we live by a creek, so we are actually self-sustained where we live. We all kind of have our own generators here, or solar arrays of some sort. We're used to hurricanes. Volcanoes do not phase us one bit. I remember when Mauna Loa erupted, which it didn't erupt for like years, and everyone freaked out when I showed these pictures. And then I kept being asked, like, "Are you guys gonna get evacuated?" Like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, it's been here since before I was born. You know what I mean? Yeah, the island's still growing. It's just it's a natural thing for us, right? But like, it's different, right? Like if I lived in, say, Texas, they're probably, or Oklahoma, they're used to like tornadoes, where I'm not used to that, right? So it's kind of like similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they have hurricane season and stuff like that, it's like another hurricane comes. Okay, it's like it's just gonna be rain. Like we already know what to do.
We literally just went through that like a few weeks ago. We are in hurricane season. Although you're right. I was like, it's not going to do nothing. I woke up in the morning, my fence fucking blew down. I'm like, shit. After 10 years, the fence finally went down. So sometimes that stuff happens. But yeah, normally, Big A, I know you're in here. Yeah, whenever there's a hurricane, we kind of throw a party or just kind of hang out and chill out. You know what I mean? Play music. Like if the power goes out, bust out your ukuleles and just have a good time.
Oh man, that's what I miss too. I miss those bonfires. I miss people just having the barbecue stuff and story. I miss the mac salad and L&Ls. I miss,
Man, you gotta get off the L&L. You gotta go to Pine Trees Cafe. They put the tuna fish in there with the green peas. That's the type of mac salad you need. Yeah, L&L, they put way too much mayonnaise.
I know, but that's what makes it special.
That's very true. That's very true. It's the dope in the mayonnaise. So.
Yes. I think about like Annie's burgers. I think about taking the drives out to cook for Annie's. And like happy hour on what is the Sunset on the Rocks on Alehi Drive?
Oh yeah. Lava Lava.
Yeah, Lava Lava. Yeah.
You probably saw my mom dancing there, man.
Oh, yeah, probably. She has gigs down there.
That's what I was in the Alehi Village over there on Alehi Drive.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I used to walk right down, and then walk back a little chunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I used to stagger to the car, right? What? So when you were here, what was here? Was what was it? What were the bars there, D? Remind me, because I'm so old. I haven't gone to a bar in a while.
Huggles on the Rocks.
Huggles on the Rocks.
Yeah, my brother used to work there, so you might.
What was across the street?
Lulu's.
Lulu's, yes, Lulu's, yes. Yeah. Oh man, damn!
I had so much fun. Like I remember going to Lulu's and not knowing anybody and just fucking knowing like half the fucking bar. Because I'm a person that's very social. I'll go hang out, and I'm very I'm easy to approach. You know what I mean? Even like people that were assholes, like they'd be like assholes. I'd be like, I tell you what, brother, I'll buy you 2 rounds as long as I get to drink it with you. Tell me what's going on, and then by the end of the night, like he would beat up the other guy and not me, right? So, so
I don't know. At Lulu's, it was like, I mean, because I was way younger, so I may or may not have been snuck in. But anyway, it was just always like, I don't know, for me, like a little different, because it was kind of a turnoff at some point, because people just went there, and then by the end of the night, the cops are there, and people are just like fighting. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like the small person, like trying to like maneuver through all these big local Hawaiians. I'm like, come on.
We used to go to the car, sit there, and watch. Like literally, back in my organic days, these are back in like 06, you know what I mean? When I first met her, I'd be like, babe, just kick back. Just kick back and watch. Kick back and watch.
I guess. Yes, the organic days.
So tell me though, was it mainly the tourists though? Was it mainly the tourists?
It
That
was
were staying
mainly
at
the
the hotel?
tourists. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they mouth off a little bit. And the thing is, like,
Yeah.
the local guys would give them chances. You know what I mean? It's
No.
like, yo, like, just fucking chill. You know what I mean? You're ruining the fucking vibe, right? No,
Yes.
I'm American. I want my burger. Or whatever. Obviously we're all American, but you know what I mean. Like that's what they would say, and it'd be military guys. You know, I have nothing against military guys. It just would get bust. You know, they would
Yeah.
get so drunk, and they would talk to the wrong person the wrong way. Next thing you know, we would go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
And they ain't got nobody there. Like, there's nobody coming. Like, you did that. Yeah, you good. He deserves
Lights
it. Let
out.
him go.
Yeah.
That's it. And, I used to call it the tourist bubble. They think because they paid for a ticket that they could be in this bubble, that they're safe to say whatever they want at any time. And it's like, how far are you going to keep on? They disrespect the women, too. Like,
Yeah.
just cursing at them and being, fresh. So it would
Yeah.
be Whew. Yeah, you brought back the
Yeah, no. We could go
Memories.
down a long tangent of my Lulu days and my Huggles on the Rocks days and my Elite Drive days, and
Oh,
But then I'm
you
married,
know,
so I maybe we should go down that route.
even Bubba Gumps over there was pretty good with the transaction.
Bubba Gumps. Well, when we had Bubba Gumps, remember
Yeah.
Uncle Billy's?
Oh, Uncle Billy's! Oh my God, is that there no more?
No, well, it's still
No.
there, but like, I mean, like that was like. So for the audience, Uncle Billy's was like the Roach Motel. It's like if you had nowhere else to stay on the south side of the island, I feel sorry for you because you go into this room, you walk out of this room smelling like mold, cigarettes, and a hooker. You know what I mean? It just it really is that
Facts.
bad. Maybe a little bit of cockroach smell on you too, but
That
then you
too.
wouldn't have any choice because maybe that's the only hotel you got, right? So.
Yeah. Uncle Billy's. Oh man. I like the He House too. If once you go a little further down Aloha Drive and you start getting into the He House and everything, all that, the water, you could just go in the water and sit there and just I miss all of that too,
Yeah, they still have that. I mean, some of it kind of got a little bit destroyed when we had the what do you call it? The typhoon that came from was it from Japan? Was it? No, that's the tsunami from Japan, and like wiped away a bunch of stuff. But I think they tried to restore it, but I mean, there's only so much you can do for like like a piece of history that's like just been kind of wiped away. But there's still like remnants along the Elite Drive there.
Now though you got like the rich guys like Mark Benioff and Mark Zuckerberg buying up the land. They want to like make a hub here for Facebook and Salesforce. And what's so funny is they hide it behind the guise of they're going to create jobs and new homes for people. Yeah, they're creating jobs for the developers, and then hopefully they hire the local people to be the laborers. And then the homes aren't for the local people; they're for the rich people that they're building the homes for, right? Yeah. So it's like, but then they love to like say that every time during election year for the mayor and the governor, like we're going to create jobs, and we got Mark Benioff and Mark Zuckerberg helping us out. So, but then again, you know what can you do, right?
Bezos and Oprah bought a bunch of Maui, and they got their own private roads and their whole land, and it's crazy because you can't even go there no more. So it's like it's not for the public no more, and it's like, this is. I always considered myself so it's like this is our land. You know what I mean? This is our land. Like you can't take
Kawaii.
Yeah, exactly. All day, every day. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious when we went to Maui, and as soon as we got off the plane, there was like a welcome Kama'aina.
Well, no, it was a board of Kama'aina. Not one brown person was on that board.
You
had like Oprah. You had, I think, what's that guy's name? All right. Matthew McConaughey was on there. I'm like, none of these guys are local. There's all freaking movie stars here.
It was hilarious. Kind of, but not.
Well, and for the audience, Kama'aina basically means local. That means that you're a resident here. You've lived here for a very long time. But it means more than that. It's not just you live here and you bought the land. You've been here for 5 years. Like you get it. You know what I mean? You understand. Yeah. Like Nino was saying in the beginning of the program. But man, we've gone way on tangent on Hawaii. Since we're talking about Hawaii, Nino, like do you mind kind of explaining how you got? I know you said that you came here for work, but like, what really brought you down here, to where we live?
So I'm Puerto Rican, right? So I'm from an island. So you guys know us as Boriquis, right?
Yeah.
Boriquis, and so we're basically the same but different Indians, right? Our origins. So, I love Puerto Rico, but it's dangerous. There's a lot more drugs, there's a lot more gangs, and it's a lot poorer. Like they really rape that land. Puerto Rico stands for rich poor. So they rape the land and the people, you know what I mean? So um Hawaii is like I never felt safer. I never felt love of people, like how nice people are, genuinely nice, not faking it, not like, oh, like let me just say hi and fuck you, like no,
Yeah.
like
Or like,
no,
what do you want? You know what I mean? Like, you want something from me, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Like what's your angle? Like
What's your
what you trying to
MO?
work out of it? Yeah, exactly. So it was like a calling. We actually spin the globe. It was going to be a vacation, right? And and we were like, where do we want to go? So we spun the globe, and it ended up in Maui. So we ended up going to Maui, and it was supposed to be like a 10-day stay, and that thing turned out to be a month and a half stay. So we had to come back, and when we came back, it was the worst flight ever. It was so sad. It was like,
Island fever.
yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like where I got engaged and everything. So when we left, it was just the worst feeling. Then we kind of made a plan, like a 2-year plan. Like we want to go back, right? But Maui was because it was picked on the globe. It was like it was a thing, and then that was like the vacation thing, and then we were like, where do we really want to be? So the Big Island is considered the youngest island, but it's the biggest island. It has littler population than Oahu and Maui. You know what I mean? But it's bigger, and it has everything. It has people don't understand. They think that Mount Everest is like the highest peak point, but it's really not. It's actually in Hawaii, right there at the Big Island. They don't talk about that because that's really how they satellite, right? So and then it has the live volcano that's active all day, all night, right? So we chose the Big Island, and then we chose Kona. So we actually went and we were at the Crazy Horse. That's where we started at the Crazy Horse. Yes, go. Oh. So when we got there, we were like, "Whoa, what the hell?" Yeah. Okay. We started getting acclimated after like 6 months to what we liked, where we wanted to be, and then I got my job at the Corner Commons. I started as manager in that Verizon Go Wireless, and they have the corporate store, but this store was making like $5,000, right? So when I got there, I had to fire the people there because they were stealing, and then they were trying to teach me how to steal, and I'm their boss. So I was like, whoa, okay, so I got rid of them. And then I just built it up by myself. Like, so I turned that store from a $5,000 store to a $60,000 store when I actually got promoted. And corporate was hating us because we were taking all the customers. And I was just so happy to be there that I was giving everybody discounts, everybody love. I'll fix this, I'll do that. Oh, auntie, I'll do your email, I'll do your Facebook, I'll do it all for you. Let's go.
Yeah.
So and then we ended up getting our place right there on Aleha Drive. So we stood there, and we were there for like, let's say 7 years. And then from there, I moved to Maui because of the traveling was too much to me. I hate heights, but I had to fly like 5 days a week. So it was killing me, and I was away from home all the time. And then I'm on the computer and I'm on the phone and I'm very tunnel vision. When I do something, I put my all into it. I believe in the 4 agreements. Don't take things personal. Never make assumptions. Always do your best and always be impeccable with your work. So I was always away from home. When I got home, I was still working. 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I was still doing things on the computer, emails, setting up sheets, setting up calls, how I'm going to do these meetings and this and that. So I never really stepped away because I'm tunnel vision. So it took a lot from me. So then we ended up going to Maui. And then in Maui, we stayed there for about 8 years. So it was like, oh, okay. So, I was never forgiven for that move to Maui because the heart was still in Kona. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And I did it for work. So it was kind of like you're still chasing something, and it wasn't just the enjoyment of life. It was still things and material things and more and more and more and more. So I guess that's why like God kind of had like where the medical issues came in, and it was God just like, you need to slow down, and it's tough on the island as far as medical because it's far to get to the hospital in the Big Island, right? You're not down by Captain Cook, it's a drive. So it's like, well, so Maui, it's kind of the same thing. You have to go to Oahu. They fly you out to Oahu, and then that's where all the big doctors right. So it got kind of hectic, and it was like, well, I'd rather have my medical done in New York because that's where I know that they have top-notch stuff.
Specialist.
Yeah. So that it was basically went out there on a whim. Like it was just a whim out of nowhere, and it started with engagement. You know what I mean? And then from the engagement, it was like we came back. We set a 2-year plan, reneged in a year because it was like we can't do this in 2 years. Fuck that. Let's go now. Let's just make it happen. So we just winged it and did it in a year. Left, started in the Crazy Horse, and then just kind of it was home after that, And then that was it. We were local, I was like, this is my island. Like this is my island. This is my home. Oahu is a lot going on, and that's for people that want that city life, that want that fast hustle and bustle. Maui is a little bit faster than the Big Island, but the Big Island has everything, it has the beach. You remember Jay-Z and Beyonce used to go out there and be on the highway taking pictures and selfies because nobody was bothering them. LeBron James going to get haircuts at the barbershop, and nobody's bothering them. Nobody even knows they're there. And when they know they're there, they just look at them and be like, oh shit, look at that. And they keep going. They don't even bother them, so you have enough room to get everything. And if you want to be in the in the breezier side, you go to Hilo. You want to be in the hot side, you be in Kona. You want to be like a little bit in the middle, Camuela. Like you can pick where you want to. You want to be away from everybody.
Pick your climate. You can pick your climate.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a little spot for everybody there. Just pick where you want to be and how you want to live, and it's there. So that is where I consider home, actually.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's an interesting story, man. I like to hear stuff like that, and 100%. So, like, I'm originally from Kawaii. I've been around the Pacific Rim. I lived in Guam. Shout out to Poppy. I see you in there. I've been to the mainland, and I'm right back here. This is like by far my favorite island out of the entire chain. I do love Kawaii. It's a little smaller, way more slower than the Big Island, to be very quite honest. Not a lot of jobs. Everyone's really close. But even over here, everyone's really close. And so, like, when you say you got to kind of pick your lane here, it's very true. And not just like the climate, but like the type of people that you want to also kind of like congregate with, because every district has a different style of people. This is why we're country people. You know what I mean? Kona, they're more of like the southern people. Like they're more of like, they like the heat. You know what I mean? And then however the heat affects them. Hilo, it's a little bit more sticky. It's very humid in Hilo. And then don't even get me started on Kohala. You know what I mean? So
Kohala's its own district. Yeah,
their own country out there. So yeah.
And you can get lost in Puna too. Forget about Puna. That's the one place.
Oh, we don't go to Puna.
Yeah.
I don't go to Puna either.
Yeah, it's so funny about Puna. So like the first time I took the guys to the mainland, we were coming back from San Francisco and we're on a flight and this family was moving to the Big Island and we're sitting right across and they're all excited. So like me, I'm Portuguese. I'm like, oh, you first time coming to the Big Island? I just started talking story. Like, oh, we're moving there. I'm like, right on. And I'm looking at them like, wow, you guys are whiter than rice. Dang, wear some suntan lotion when you get off the plane because like when you get into Kona, there's no terminal. It's out in the open. You know
There's
what I mean?
no trees for a while. Yeah.
They
You
bought
are,
a house.
and tell me you could,
go ahead.
and you could smell the suntan lotion just passing you by, right? As
Oh
they
yeah,
walk
yeah.
by.
As long as it's not inside the water. Sometimes I look at that oil slick. I'm like, oh man, there goes the coral.
It's like a little
But
layer.
this family, like, they were so proud because they bought this nice house. They showed me the house. I'm like, awesome, the beautiful house. I'm like, oh, well, where is it? Oh, it's in Nana Valley. I'm like, whoa, you're in Puna. You know what I mean? You're like literally in the heart of Puna, where you need to like there. You're allowed to have your fence higher than 6 feet, right? Because of robberies. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
yeah. I had a buddy who had like, wow, is that county code? Yeah, over here they allow you to have it over 6 feet. He lived in a prison, so people wouldn't rip off his house, and so like. And you can buy a house really cheap out in Puna, but yeah, it's very colorful out there. We don't talk about Puna.
Yeah, we don't go there. We don't talk about it.
So
Yeah.
We need that one out.
Yeah. We'll call that the red zone. Enter at your own risk. Let's just say enter at your own risk. So
Exactly.
But Nino, so it's really awesome to kind of figure out your origin stories of Hawaii. It sounds like you're a local boy at heart. You're Kama'aina. But let's kind of like rewind and get back to where we are now in this digital space. I got here because of Vivi. That's how I found the community. That's how I'm able to branch out into this entire crypto space, Web3D as well. How did you find this space? And was it because of collecting? Was it because of investing? It looks like you're a collector. So what's your origin story of how you found this place?
I consider myself COCS, collector of cool shit. Because because like I started in stocks, right? So I was into stocks, and then crypto started going crazy after a while, right? And then from there, I started getting into NFTs. But NFTs, what I known of NFTs was, the apes and things like that, right? The Ethereum stuff, right? On OpenSea. That's what I started with the NFT platform, right? And my cousin was out here in New York. And my cousin was like, so I'm telling him like, what you know about these things? And he's like, not a damn thing, but I know about Batman. And I was like, what? He was like, I know about Batman, fool. And I was like, he was like, yeah, you ain't ready for this right now. He's like, I'm gonna tell you like in a month when you're ready for this, and I'll break it down. But I gotta complete this set of Batmans right now. And I'm like, the fuck is he talking about? And in a month, he started telling me about Vivi. And he was like collected this whole black and white set of Batman. And he was like, I finally got it. So he got the Rizzo, the Todd, and everything, the first set, right? So he got the first set, and he was so stoked. Like, he was like a kid in the candy store. And now he's letting me know they got Superman, they got Batman. He was like, dude, this is the next wave. And I was like, what is that? So he was like, it's called Vivi. So I started in that Vivi's thing right there. Like, I actually just hit my 3-year anniversary. They sent me my email and everything. They were like, you got 3 years. I was like, oh, I'm like 3 years old. Yeah. So it was my cousin that put me onto Vivi, and he's still in the game right now. He's like 73, like 73 on his ranking and his profile and everything right now. Heavy collector, big collector. So he's the one that actually started me off on Vivi. So I started getting into Vivi little by little. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what I was supposed to collect. I didn't know what I was supposed to get. I was just like, he's just like, get what you like. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right. So I'm like, little by little, I'm trying to get it. So I buy a couple things here and there. But things were already, it wasn't all mooned out yet. Like, it wasn't all gone. But it's still expensive things, right? So I was like, all right, I don't know if I actually want to drop this type of money. Like, you know what I mean? I can't get my money back out yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money in, I can't get my money out yet. Wait, hold on a second. I don't know about this. So I was
Slow
like,
down.
yeah, because it's like, oh, when in doubt, don't go out. You know, I was already there.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I was like, I was just dipping my toes a little bit. So I would just try to go for drops and stuff. But I would never get drops. I was like, what the like I can never hit a drop. Now if you hit a drop, it was hitting the lotto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, what? You know?
Yeah.
I could sell that thing and then go buy something that I really wanted, right?
Yeah.
But I can never hit drops, you know, and that's why, you know, big shout out to OG Volt. Because honestly, OG Volt, if it wasn't for his tips and tricks in the beginning, watching his videos on how to get drops and all the gates and all that stuff in the beginning, like I would have had no shot whatsoever. But like his videos were an introduction on how to win. You know what I mean? And he deserves that. He deserves those flowers because like I was in over there. I was in Hawaii. And I was trying, and I couldn't, and I was frustrated, and I was like, "What the hell?" I got Spectrum over, you know. I got the fastest internet. I would call them multiple times. Like, no, you need to come and fix this.
Yeah.
Now you understand. You
I'm the
understand.
tier 3 tech, not the guy that you got off the street.
Yes, they were annoyed with me. Let's just say that because I had gotten them
They
over
blocked your number.
you know. So with with his videos, I got learned how to get some drops, you know. But then I just started building on there. So I kind of had to be like a flipper collector because I had to flip to collect what I wanted. So that's how I kind of started this whole thing. I wasn't just dropping $1,000 on something yet without actually 100% being all in. But I was able to flip to that $1,000 and then get it because then I was like, I earned it, and now I'm not at a loss, right? So if I was starting out just flipping and collecting, I was good building my stuff up little by little, and that's how I got introduced. And then I just went crazy. Like for me, VV is Bay. You know, VV is always gonna be Bay because that's where I started. I still have fun. I love it. You know, it introduced me to Bat Cows, you know, and I was one of the original mentors, you know what I mean? And then in HRO and then McFarlane and now Cryptoids and Pinnacle. Like all these are to me when I look at it under the umbrella, you know,
Mhm.
because it all started from one, you know what I mean? And that one is Vivi. And that's why it's always Bay to me. That's my baby, you know what I mean? And that is where I actually found that thing again because I would collect little things here and there, but then you don't want to fill your house up with a bunch of stuff, especially when you have a woman that's telling you what the fuck are you doing and looking at you like you're not a child, grow the fuck up, right? So it's like, yo, chill, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I would remember how I used to collect cards and comics with my uncle, and rest in peace, my uncle was like my dad. So like he was the one that went to my baseball games. He's the one that went to my graduations. Like he was there in the LCS comic shops with me picking out X-Men and Spider-Man books, you know, telling me what's it. And he could draw. So I couldn't draw, you know, but I, you know, like he would draw all these books for me and stuff like that. So I got that nostalgia with Vivi. I'm a heavy Marvel guy, heavy DC guy. Comics is my thing, you know. That's my thing, comics, you know. And that's where it started bringing out that love for me, you know. And now, you know, I'm years later and I love my collections. You know, I still have fun. I still love going for the drops. I still love playing the market. You know, I could do everything. I still flip to collect and then I'll flip to collect and go digital and then flip that to go physical and flip the physicals to go back to digital. And then I can do it on multiple platforms. You know, like um for me, you know, I could take constructive criticism, you know, but when people would just talking to talk because they want to troll and they don't got nothing better to do. I ain't got time for all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, growing up out here in New York, you know, you don't worry about people in Jersey. You ain't worried about even people in Long Island because you got enemies on your own block. You got enemies around the next corner. You got problems walking to school or taking the train or the bus and making it home safe later on. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you ain't got time for all of that, you know? And then that is why it makes you an animal. You know what I mean? And then you got to choose what animal you're going to be. It's a zoo. It's a jungle. And what are you? Are you a bird? Are you a pretty little bird? Or are you a vulture? Are you a tiger, a lion, a bear? Are you, you know, like you have to figure that out within yourself. And that's how you carry yourself out in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I found so much love and passion in this as a hobby, you know, as something that I enjoy to do because, you know, like out there in Hawaii, you got time. So, you know, if you don't find a hobby, then you will be drinking, right?
Amongst other things, yes.
So you have to find something that you can actually be passionate about that you can do to kind of, you know, help pass the time without just the job because the jobs don't matter. You know what it is. Jobs is just to pay the bills, and
It's
it's
pay
more
to
about
it's pay to view. You just pay for the view.
It's about your family, what you're building, what you're gonna leave behind for them, and how you taught them and how they grow for that legacy. So this created a nice little gap for me that was an empty gap and it filled that gap for me and it still does like I still have fun like I have a smile, you know. The community helps too because you know there's a community for the back house, there's a community for Vivi, there's a community for DC, I mean for McFarland, and in reality they're all little subsidiaries from Vivi because people in McFarland collected in Vivi. They still do, some don't. People from DC collected in Vivi, some do, some don't anymore. You know, so they're really just subsidiaries, you know, under that umbrella. So, you know, the communities is what keeps building and what keeps people coming back. And then you build those relationships, you know, and the
Yeah.
relationships is what you know, like, you know, I come back and, you know, you see them in cons or you see them in parties. Like Sanjay came down to New York, you know, he's from Texas, right? And he came down to New York for a party in August, you know, and then he invited me. So of course I'm gonna be in there. Like you came to my city and you invited me, I'm in there. And then I ended up partying with him and Randy and Vincent Zuzzolo was there from the Addiction Comics, and we were all chopping it up, talking story, having drinks, having fun, you know.
Yeah.
And it's that's now it grows the family, you know? And that's why I'm like, you know, some people look at it as like this is the investment for the long term. This is the investment for my kids. This is my investment that I just put down and I need to make that back in a week. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
there's different perspectives on how people collect or flip or whatever. But there's enough space for everything. Flippers are
Yeah.
still making money right now. So you can't tell a flipper right now that there's no money in Disney because flippers are making money. And they're like, yeah, he's stupid. I ain't gonna tell him what I'm doing. You know what I mean? If you collect them, this is the time to collect because if these are the price points that you wanted at one point and they're here now, then yeah, this is what you've been waiting for. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? If you are a believer that NFTs and crypto are the future, you know, I look at things like, you know, our IDs can be NFTs, right? In the future. You don't ever have to carry that with you. That could just be in your digital wallet and you will never lose it. It will be everywhere with you, and that is the possibility for the future. So if you believe something like that and you actually believe that this is the way the world is going, whether it takes 10 years or 5 years or whatever, then you don't have a problem collecting. I just say have fun, collect what you actually like. You know what I mean? If something that you are collecting, you starts going down and now you're getting scared or you're looking at it like, then sell it. You could if it's going down, then you could buy it back at a lower price and then you don't have to bitch about it. But bitching
Mhm.
about things doesn't make things better. You know, that's not what you know, that's not gonna make anything better. And then people blame David and Dan for everything. They want them to open up part the Red Sea. You know what I mean? And then it's the same thing. Oh, McFarland ain't got this, and then DC ain't doing that, and this and that. You know, when you're building something, you're building it. So there's going to be mishaps. There's going to be losses. There's going to be wins. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. They obviously believe in their company so that it's still open and it's still riding and it's still growing. If you are a participant in that, then you're a participant in that. But just complaining and trolling and shit like that is fucking annoying. And I ain't nobody got time for all of that. Like, it's like you guys are give constructive criticism and you do participate. So it's not fun. It's not, unwarranted. If anything, me do the same thing. It's not unwarranted. It's something that you earn the right to do. You participate. You put money into it. You're still a collector. You're still involved. So if you have an opinion and you have a voice, then use it. We were all built with a voice. Use your voice. Don't be quiet and then be mad about it. Use your voice and then be heard and then let it go from there. Let's see what happens. But I'm not going to be the type to be like, trolling all day, and then still be in the game. Like, yo, my fucking team sucks, yo.
Yeah.
Let me in.
That is funny. That is funny you mentioned
true.
that. It's like, yeah, you know, they suck. Oh, the drop time's what time tomorrow? Yeah.
And I went for it. Fuck, they got me again. I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you even in it?
Yeah, I didn't get it either. Yeah.
They can't get you again. I mean, it's been like 3 years. Come on, like we all know the game right now.
Like, if you don't know by now, like a lot of the people, if you do look, you know, a lot of the people in Vivi, when you look at their profiles, it's from 2001, 2002, right? So that was mainly when people were locked in COVID. So people needed other ways to stay busy, to spend their money, to try to make money and this and that. People are back outside right now. People are outside and the economy has not been great. So if people are actually working harder to make that money, then they're going to be a little bit tighter spending that money, right? So in 2023 and 2024, you don't see as many in the profile, right? Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it hasn't been growing because it's still alive. They're still profitable. Like even with the new VV Comics app, they're bringing in new liquidity. Even if people are putting in money on this app and then moving into this app, that's new liquidity being drawn in. You know what I'm saying? So you can see that the growth is there and it is, you know, whether it's slow, you know, a slow, you know, a turtle could still win the race. It's really how you look at the game, you know, and it's really your perspective. But I'm just not with the hating, you know, because the hating for me is blatant disrespect, and I don't stand for blatant disrespect. That's annoying as fuck, and nobody wants to be around that negativity. You could just voice your opinion, whether it's positive or negative, and just keep it moving. You're still together with people. We're all in this together. If we're here in this space and we're together, then we're fighting a good fight together. We're the believers. We're the main believers right now, right? So we want new people to come in. We don't want to jerk these new people. We don't want to fool them. No, we're trying to tell them, look, this is something, you know, join if you like. Maybe wait a month, like my cousin did. I would tell you in a month, you know, and then you dip your foot little by little, and then you just see it grow organically. I'd rather see something grow organically and know that it's organic than something processed. In Hawaii, you know that the fruits and vegetables that are natural tastes way better than the processed shit, right?
She's the green thumb in the family.
Yeah.
That's a major plus, by the way. But you see how that organic, it's better in every way. And even you can price it a little bit differently. Oh, that's Camuela strawberries. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're named directly. You know, these are organic from this place, and you know where it is, where it's coming from. So 50 cents more. It's $1.50 more. And they earn that right to do that, you know? But I think that you look at comic books, physicals, they're like, oh, LCSs are going down. LCS is going down. Then people are like, digital's going down. Digital's going down. It's like Bloods and Crips. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, comics have stood the test of time. You know, for me, sometimes I don't even get to read the comic book because I need it minty to get a 9.8.
I feel you, man.
Like, why am I teaching this? I look at somebody, I'm like, why the fuck are you touching this? You know, like, what is wrong with you? So getting a digital copy of that and then being able to read it now off the new VD reader, it's fucking great, right? The DC reader is not so good, right? So, yeah. But you know, you're able to actually go through that, and now I don't have to mess up what I'm trying to do on the physical side. But when you get something encapsulated, like slabbed up, that's for the end of time. Like, I can die, and that could be found in 40 years, and that still be a slab that'll be nice and tight and encapsulated. You know what I mean? And unless it's broken by somebody, that's locked down shut. And those things have been selling forever. So whether LCS closes or not, people are going to still want that comic book encapsulated or raw, regardless, whether they're OG, double OG, like in the 60s, or 20 years old or something. You know, there's still 18-year-olds that buy comic books, right?
Yeah.
So I look at it like that. With this, the digital and the physical kind of go hand in hand. Not everybody used to collect records. I remember my uncle was a DJ, not the one that I used to collect comics with. Actually, my dad had 3 brothers, so it was four guys. So one of them was a DJ, and that dude was in love with fucking Madonna, and he had racks and racks and crates of records. That dude used to give me Ice Ice Baby records. He was like, "For you," I was like, "Boy," I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy, you know what I'm saying? That thing made me so happy, you know. Velvet Vogue, things like that, you know, like 80s, 90s, you know, and these are records. And, you know, people still collect vinyls to this day. Not everybody's playing them because now you can get everything digitally, and you can make a beat on your phone, and you can get all these apps and shit. I make a beat in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but there's still people out there that collect vinyl records, whether it's to sell on eBay or to sell on another market or to keep for themselves because they're just a collector and want it. These things are different hobbies that people actually enjoy, and they will spend their money on it. So there's always going to be a market for it. You know what I mean? You just got to let it do what it do. And we are in an impatient time. People have a time frame of 3 fucking minutes. And it, you know, it's like, I look at it like, and I'm here in New York, right? And the Big Island. You'll see, you don't want to do people dirty because you will see them again. And you don't know who's in their family. You don't know how big their family is. You don't know who they actually know.
Who gets it?
You know what I'm saying? Out here in New York, you'll see somebody one time and you'll never see them again. You know what I mean? Unless they're in your neighborhood or whatever. And like, you could see a girl on the train and you're like, damn, she's hot, right? Now, it's up to you if you have enough courage to try to talk to her, you know, give her a line, whatever, right? Most girls, even the prettiest girls in the world, you know, you see a fucking hot girl and she's with a geek burger dude. You're like, how the fuck did he get that? Because he talked to her, motherfucker. Yo,
yeah, he had the balls.
Yes, like people just stared at her. Everybody just googling and drooling, laugh fucking her. Nobody actually talked to her. You know what I'm saying? But if you muster it up and you actually talk to her, you know, you probably get those same, you know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to grab her attention, to say something witty or funny. You know what I'm saying? Complimentary to just stop her. You know what I mean? To then give you that minute or 2 or 3, whatever, and then you just open it up right there. You know what I mean? So that's the attention span of these people nowadays. You know, like it's hard. Like I'm talking to somebody and they're like looking around, butterflies. butterflies.
Yeah, squirrel.
Yeah.
Looking around and shit. I'm like, dude, give me eye contact, bro. I'm a fucking man. Look at me in my eyes, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? So, that's the world that we live in nowadays. So I get it. I get it. It's rough. People are like, yo, I want this now. I want this now. Like this crafting, right? This crafting thing with the 100,000 points, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I see it in both angles. I'm a fair guy that likes to just step back and look at things in a fair assessment, heads and tails, right?
Yeah.
It's unfair to collectors that have everything in there and they are paid for it and work their way up, and it's a slap in the face to them. And then not so much flippers or whatever, but it's considered flip. This is for flippers, right? That's the debate, right? It's for flippers,
Mhm.
right? But the way I look at it, in all honesty, it doesn't hurt master collectors. It doesn't hurt people that are up there that have a ton in their collection, because it's going to take a lot for somebody on the low or mid tier to get there. And I get it. You spend money to get there, but you're still earning points daily. That's not affecting your earning points whether somebody else gets 100,000 points or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it does give people that are on the low and mid tier a chance to at least play the game. Because how many points have people spent since Blackpink? Wolverine 1, Wolverine 2, Wolverine 3, 20,000 points, 25,000 points, 30,000 points. Like, you know, but I like that, Oh, but, people spend points, you know what I mean? And in order to compete and be in the game and feel like you can compete, at least to give people a chance, it's like winning the lotto. Everybody wants to win the lotto every now and then. Not everybody's gonna win it, but it feels fucking good. Sometimes it feels unreal. It was like back in the day hitting those drops. Like to hit a drop, it was unreal. Now it's like, yeah, you don't have to even spend points sometimes, and you hit a drop and you're like, whatever. Like, what's the next one? What's the next one? What's the next one? So I like to just kind of just deal with the now and just let it go with the flow. Like
Yeah.
Comic Con's coming, so more stuff is coming. There's gonna be more drops. There might be another $1 million, a 1 million point a drop for all the whales and stuff like that. So we don't know what's in store. We really don't. We know that Comic Con's coming and they're gonna pull something out the hat. It's gonna be fire for that whole week, and then probably the week before and the week after, there's gonna be some interesting shit, right? So this is right now. It's just like, oh, the calm before the storm. But to give, everybody a chance, because who's to say who got this? Who got that the whole set right now? I think they're not even sold out yet. So that means that it's not even going to be everybody that gets 100,000 points at this point right now. And the drop is supposed to be tomorrow, and I didn't see anything yet. It's up. But then that means there's not even going to be 100 of them. So I think that to give everybody a chance is a better opportunity for everybody, because you want growth. And if you want growth, then you want a fair fucking field. You don't want Mahomes going against, I don't know, it's garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want a
I get
good
your
game,
example. I got you.
you know? So I kind of look at things that way, and I try to be fair with it too. You know what I mean? And I do commend you guys for bringing that Aloha Spirit, because it is needed. Where you guys are like the yin and the yang, and then you're complete. That's what's needed in this day. You know what I mean? Because even with the whole rap shit with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, like that's breaking down a conscious and unconscious type of mentality, right? So this is just what's needed in this day to create balance, to create a fair field for people to play the game, and everybody got the shot. There's a bunch of skinny motherfuckers out there that'll get broken. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to play too. Let them play, bro.
I love your perspective, and yeah, the way that you look at just a lot of things in general. You take a step back and trying to assess for yourself, and I love how you're even for like other people, you want fairness for everybody. Yeah, everyone to have a chance, because yeah, not all of us have as much like liquidity or as much, you know, cash on hand to like go for all the drops and win something amazing to flip or, you know, to trade. But yeah, it's just give everyone a fair chance, and it'll keep everyone growing and coming back, and, you know, just trying out all the new stuff and where it's gonna go.
I want to tell a story about fair chance. It kind of goes in exactly what your message here. So if you guys remember when my collectibles first started live streaming, right? You know, I mean, like he was like, I think it was like around when I first got my first bout of COVID. He started live streaming. I was like, this is great, because I was stuck in my room for like 2 weeks, and you know, then Superstar Money started doing that, and it was awesome. And that's when we still had transfers. And so I remember I transferred him a bunch of comics, and I said, hey, because I'm Hawaiian, right? You know what I mean? A lot of times I like to just give. And there's a reason why. I'm going to get to that. But I used to send him all these comics. I said, hey, give it out to the subscribers, give it out to the fam, right? When we were still building the fam. And he would do that. And I remember his live stream started being a giving stream before the transfers gave away. Everyone started doing it. And that is something that I really like to do. And here's the reason why is for me, giving away something for free means that I'm giving you a chance to get ahead. And the reason why I like to do that, and Fro knows this, Fro bro, you know what I'm going at right here, because he brought it up in one of our interviews last year. It's like he loves it when I give away comics. Years back, somebody gave me a free stock, and it was just a free stock. I think it was B2 Gold. It was a mineral mining company, and so it wasn't nothing much, you know what I mean? But it was just a free stock. I remember getting that, and I'm like, wow, I always wanted to get in the stock market, you know, and now's my chance. I opened up a Robinhood account, and I started like buying everything that I shouldn't buy, right? But I got excited, and I lost money. I lost a shit ton of money. But then again, when you lose money, the only thing you can do after that is learn from your mistakes. And so then I ended up learning from my mistakes. I learned how to read a balance sheet. I learned what a 10K and 10Q was. I ended up attending the investor relations every month, right? They have the earnings call. I used to do that. I studied charts. I learned how to do TA. And then by doing all those skills, I bettered myself. I actually was able to buy Tesla stock when it was like $30. And that thing, if you know where it is now, it is 2 or 3 splits that it's gone through already. I've been able to like amass house money through that way. But I would never, ever be where I'm at right now for that one act. That person gave me this free stock. You know what I mean? And so that's the reason why I like to give to other people, because someone gave me something and gave me a chance. And it was at a time where D and I really needed that chance, because I've said this before, that I grew up homeless. You know, I mean, like, I wasn't homeless my whole life, but when I was a young age, I lived on the beach. And here in Hawaii, it's a little bit different. When you're living on the beach, people take care of you, right? We lived on a beach with a bunch of Hawaiian people. It was like a little village down there. Everyone would go fish and like bring food with each other, you know, cook meals with each other. And so that's the type of environment I lived in, you know, being houseless, not really homeless, because Hawaii is my home. I was houseless, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that has always stuck with me. So from that one act, that's the whole reason why I was giving away these comics. I don't know if you remember me. I used to just throw comics on the feed, and I used to get warnings all the time. You're gonna get your account banned. You're gonna get. I know you're in there, Swampy. I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? If BB's gonna ban me for helping them out and giving someone else a chance, well, that's on them. Luckily, I've never gotten banned. But, you know, that's the reason why I do it. I do the same thing now. You know what I mean? People are like, wow, you guys give. I'm like, no, I'm trying to give someone a chance. Because if they get a chance, then maybe they will pay it forward and give someone else a chance. And so I'm the dude that'll buy your food. If I'm in a drive-through, if I'm in a drive-through and I see a family full of kids in the back, I'm going to tell the person, I want to pay for the meal. Please behind me, please. And don't tell them I said anything. Just pay. Just give them the food. Just say it was paid, and then drive away. That's the type of person I am. Dee, you want to add into this?
No, I mean, it's kind of the same boat here. I mean, we may not have, you know, a lot, but that just kind of I think everyone has a different mindset of what a lot is to them, whether it's material things, you know, or other stuff. But I feel like, yeah, we try to give whenever or whatever we can, just to help someone out, and we don't expect anything back.
No.
That's just like what we like to do, and a lot of other people too in this space, in Web3 and the communities, they do the same thing. And it's great to see, because that gets people interacting with each other. It builds stronger relationships with other people.
Yeah.
And you branch off into all these other projects that you've never heard of, and there's other people like over there, like you don't know that until you open the door and you walk through it, and you're like, wow, there's like a whole new world here of other amazing people who have the same like-mindedness as you, and they just kind of want to do the same thing, and get ahead in life with people around them. So yeah, I don't know this.
They
Like,
say
No, no, no.
they say pay it forward, right? Like you pay
mhm.
it forward, and karma's real, like you never know. Everybody needs help at some point in life, in any shape or form,
Mhm.
and that comes out the kindness of your heart, like there is a whole set of people that are beached and they share everything, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even women, you know, you know
I love.
Wow, they just came out of like level. Oh, what?
yeah. Oh, but that's not the kindness of your heart, like that. When you give, it feels good, because like when you feel that is something that you can't pay with money. That's a feeling for your soul. Like that actually makes your soul feel good, And then somewhere down the line, somebody does that for your kid. Somebody does that for your daughter.
Yeah.
Somebody does that for your grandmother. So you hear these stories and like you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. Because karma's real, and that feeling can't be erased.
Yeah.
I completely believe in karma, and so like to kind of like reiterate, like we talked about COVID and finding Vivi, right? Finding Vivi for me was necessary because like after COVID, we spent like years in lockdown, right? Like this is all D and I had. Like I don't know if you remember House Party, the app House Party. Like we would literally get on that app and try to call everyone we could because D and I needed to talk to somebody because after a while we're getting through each other's throats right there. So when we found this digital community, right? Like this resonated with us a lot because then we were kind of like alienated from our real friends, and it took a while for us to even get back to our real friends, right? Because everyone's still skittish, right? So we
Yeah.
found Vivi, we found the community, and this was just natural for us, like talking story, getting out in the community. Even right now, like I feel like we're the social butterflies of Web3 because we're like all over the goddamn place. We're in Vivi, we're in McFarlane, we're in Cryptoys. I'm getting into a kid called Beast. I'm in the crypto community now. Don't even get me started on that one. Like, and I love it. I love it because like I love the networking portion of it. I met Chris Severs
Mhm.
for the first time in Maui. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I came back with all of my kidneys, so I'm good. So, but but this kind of stuff, like even now, like this is the way of the future where we're at. And so going back and honing back to what we said originally, like since we're in this community, the one thing that we want to do that we do in real life is we want to spread the Aloha spirit. Like the things that we do now with our live streams and like getting people on, we would have like maybe big streams. This is stuff we do in real life. Like if you ask our real friends, they'll say like, who throws the best parties in real life? And they'll point at us. Like because like we would do that
We're
every
not trying to be
weekend.
fatheaded.
We're not trying to be fatheaded. Like before COVID, we would like have a get together every weekend, either at my house, down at the beach, at the pier, on the side of the road. You know what I mean, with the tailgate down, something of that
Mhm.
sort. So like socialization, networking, and all this stuff, this just comes natural to us. Anything you want to add to this, Steve?
Yeah. For me, like I need people. I need like interaction. So it's great that even like digitally, we found through Vivi, where a lot of us started, we found each other. And that's why I'm like always excited when we're able to meet someone like in real life. It's a great feeling when you actually meet them, like Kinano said, Chris, um and then Vegas, I am so excited
You coming to
to
Vegas?
meet people there.
We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. I'm gonna be real. So I try to go to as many lands as possible, right? Because those you never know who you're gonna be with and what kind of relationship you're gonna build with who you see. But I don't know where God is gonna put me by that time. So depending on where I'm at in this planet, I will try to make it there. But I have some things going on, and we're gonna see where I land. And I am gonna try. I am gonna try. I will be in New York, and then we'll see what happens from there.
That's awesome.
Fair
and
enough, fair
hopefully one day we will plan to make it to New York for one of the cons, because I heard that's pretty cool too. I've seen like pictures and videos of last year and the year before. And I'm like, wow, look at all these people just having a killer time. I'm like, I want to be there, but it's like all the way on the opposite end of the United States. So yeah, a bit of traveling, but one day we'll make it there. And hang with
V's
the
never
fam.
passed California. She's never gone that far. So
Yeah.
she's there's
Yeah.
a lot of land that
Rude
she's never
awakening.
seen so far. In fact, she hasn't even been to half the islands throughout this whole chain. In
The
fact,
chain.
the first time she went to Maui was when we met Chris. So
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta go island. You gotta go island hopping. You should just go.
I know.
Yeah, you should just go
we
island
say
hopping.
it, but we never do
I
it. You know what I mean?
it's like I can see Maui from here, but then it's like it took me how long? Like 30 years just to get there. So yeah, like I guess like when you know it's here, it's like, at least for me, I don't put that much effort into actually experiencing it, because I know it's like, yeah, it's like right there. But then yeah, like I said, it took me 30 years just to get to the next island. But
You know, Vegas is one beast. You know, they have this little, there's like a little town where there's a lot of Hawaiians, right? They go
Oh,
to
yeah.
Vegas, they move
It's the
there,
ninth
right?
island.
Yeah.
It really is the ninth island. I've got family over there.
My
My cousins
classmates
are
are all
over
there.
there. Yeah.
This-
So
They all move over there. They got stores. They got the whole village and everything. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
they migrate over there. You know, but
Yeah.
Vegas is one beast. Like the strip and all of that area. Like outside of that, it's kind of beautiful. Like the living area, but the strip area, all of that, that's a crazy beast. It's like
it's a
Times
machine.
Square on crack. You know, but New York is different because, like, you don't want to go to the boroughs because the boroughs is like, unless you got family there or you're going to a spot to eat, really, you don't,
Puna.
yeah, exactly. You go just to Manhattan and then everything is all in Manhattan, right? But New York is just nonstop all day. And then, like, the con and everything, it's the biggest one. So that it's everything all in one shot. But then you have, like, with Vivi now, Vivi has, like, they throw the party, and that party last year was crazy. Like that, they had, there was, oh man, there was performances, there was dancers, it was lit from beginning to end. And then there's also like the logo party, right, for the logo holders and everything. So there's also multiple parties that you could go to just besides being at the con all day, mingling there at the booth and then in all the other booths, So
yeah.
definitely got to lock in New York for one time, at least one time. That 16-hour flight is not fun though. Believe that.
So it's like what, like straight from Oahu?
It's a numb ass.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's
It's on our
definitely
list.
you wanna stop somewhere and have a layover. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
At least 3 hours, have a meal, just kind of breathe a little, maybe walk outside, Try not to go to Phoenix, because Phoenix is hot as hell when you go outside.
That's what I heard.
It is. Yeah.
Oh,
Especially in
man.
the summer.
I remember I stopped over there and I went outside to smoke a cigarette and everything, and I felt like I was in Total Recall. You remember Total Recall, the original, when the door got open and you was just getting sucked in and burned alive? That's how I
Yeah,
felt.
it's like a fucking oven. So,
I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this.
My goddaughter moved there like a year ago, and I know she's bullshitting me when like I say, so how is it in the summer? You're having fun? Oh, I love it. I'm like, bullshit. You're hanging out in your house all day. Don't lie to me, or you run to the car.
With the fans and AC like blasting, probably.
They got
Yeah.
central AC everywhere, car to the house and everywhere. Yeah.
You got an AC business, you making buco bucks in Arizona
Well,
for sure.
they probably get acclimated after a while and they get used to it, but it's still hot as hell. Like especially for somebody that's just visiting or just a stay or whatever. So yeah.
Mm.
So I got a funny story about Arizona. So I was living in Costa Mesa / Newport Beach on the border, and I pissed off my roommate's girlfriend. And this is when I bought a new truck. So he's like, and so she took all the keys. I'm like, well, fuck, I got my new truck. Let's get out of here. And so my best friend is like, where you want to go? I'm like, well, she's pissed. We need to leave for a few days. So I packed up my bag and I'm like, well, where are we going? Let's go visit our friend in Arizona. So we drove to Arizona in my truck. And I got to tell you, that drive was a trip because you just see hills and then you stop at the rest stops and you hear the fucking coyotes, right? It's like, damn.
Oh, wow.
But I remember getting into Arizona and I got out of the truck. I'm like, shit, it is freaking hot. Like it was like an oven and stuff like that. So we get there, my buddy's there, and like he's a true Portuguese. He's from Honokaa. So like, he had like Lau, Kalua pig. He had Opihi. He had Opihi there. I'm
in
like,
Arizona?
shit. Yes. You know what I'm talking about. Big A.
Yeah.
Our Big A. Yeah,
Yes,
he had
I
Opihi
know.
and everything. And he had his girlfriend trained. She knew how to make all this stuff. So like it was great. It was fun. So then we met up with classmates that were there. And I remember my friend and her sister, they ran to my friend's house. I'm like, it's fucking hot. They're like, oh yeah, they run through the stuff like nothing. They hang out in the heat like nothing. So you're right. After a while, they get acclimated and stuff like that. So that's my story in a nutshell. Yeah, it's not that great.
Stop it.
Well, at least you got some that comfort at home again, right there.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
we literally stayed for 3. We wanted to stay for 4 days, but he said if I don't go back, I probably won't have a girlfriend, or all my shit will be out in the street, And then, yeah. I won't say what happened when we got back home, but yeah. shit hit the fan.
Well,
You're not letting them have to move. So.
That story for another time.
Yeah. But, hey, I gotta run. D, run the show real quick. I gotta do a work thing. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Hino's got some pretty interesting stories. I mean, most of it, I'm sure I don't know, I'm sure. Most of it he's told me, but I'm sure there's other stories I haven't heard since before my time with him.
There's some for your ears, and there's some that come out in passing.
Yeah, he was like, wait, I didn't tell you about that. I'm like, no, but that's okay. That was before my time, so I can't really say anything. That was before you met me and you realized how lucky you are.
Yeah. It happens. They say with every great man, there's a great woman right there behind them. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully one day we will make it to New York, and if you're still there, whatever your plans are, we'll try and hook up with you and other people like Docta and the people in that state. But yeah, I gotta do more traveling just to see the world. Because like I said, I've only been here on islands. Like my whole life has only been on islands, so I need to like venture out and just see the world and experience it, because there's more to just being here. I mean, I love it here, but yeah, it's good to go out and just see the world.
It just gives you so like the more contrast you get of how people live differently, but I'm telling you, you're always gonna want to go back home because there's no place like home, no matter what. It's just like you can think about it. And there's beautiful places everywhere, like Florida's beautiful, California's beautiful, Montana's beautiful, Texas is beautiful. They got nice places everywhere,
Yeah.
But I don't think anything compares to the island, to be honest with you. But you have to be ready for that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as a person, like if you still want a bunch of material things, then that's not for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I see a comment in the chats. Big Bro says you need also D you need to you must go no what you need to eat all over the world. Yes, that's one thing I like. I want to experience all these food places because I'm a big foodie person, and like when I'm talking to other people that are not from here, they're like, "Oh, you guys don't have this." I'm like, "No, I gotta fly to Oahu just to get like." I haven't had a Red Lobster. I've never eaten at Red Lobster. Hinata says there's nothing amazing about it.
Nah, it's a chain. You know, it's like bubble
Yeah.
gums. It's kind of like bubble gums, to be honest with you. Like you know, you're not gonna get fresher seafood anywhere than the islands. You
Yeah.
know, you got like 14-year-olds that go diving at night. You know what I mean? That go and grab the lobsters. You know, like you're not gonna get fresher seafood, fresher ceviche. You know, they got in Red Lobster they got those biscuits. So they got like crab biscuits and things like that. But
Mhm.
it's a chain. Like it's a chain. Like
Yeah.
it's a chain restaurant. So nah, you know,
No, not recommended. Okay.
like fish hoppers. You know, fish hoppers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Fish hoppers is great. You know what I mean? Like, but
yeah.
it's kind of like Bubba Gump's. It's a chain restaurant. It's that you got one there. You're not missing anything, to be honest with you. You know?
Okay, so I'll stick to fish. I've only eaten there once at Fish Hopper. They're still there, but yeah, a lot of people that are visiting, they love to go there to Fish Hopper. Like when we're driving down Elite Drive, I look and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like not locals. It's the locals working, and a bunch of
Yeah.
people just eating there. So, but one thing I noticed when I trying to go on another subject. One thing I noticed when I was on your profile, and I don't know if you want to share, was SoundCloud. I clicked on the link, but it didn't go anywhere. I'm like, what the heck? Is this clickbait? So
Um,
are you like a singer or a rapper or what?
yeah. So I do music. I have so. Okay, I gotta fix that link, by the way. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. So I do multiple things. One of my actual love passion is music. So I love all type of music. I don't really like that hardcore metal. That I can't stand. Like my ears can't do it. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
love all types of music, all genres. But I do rap. And then I went, and when I went to college, I I took engineering. So I always had done music since I was like 12 years old. So out here in New York, hip hop is always this is the mecca of hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Queens is like I look at it like the Bronx was the dad that laid the sperm, and Queens was the mother that nurtured. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Queens got the best rappers. We actually nurtured the shit out of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
And you can think about all the people that came out of Queens in all different sections. So since I was 12 years old, I've been going out borough to borough, and you battle people and you earn your recognition. And the way hip hop used to be was you had to live what you were doing in order to talk about it. And people will pull your card and test you. So you couldn't just talk shit and talk about things that you weren't doing. You had to actually live it. So I come from that, you know, and I've been doing music and rapping since I was 12 years old. I've done music and been in studios and had contracts and made songs and I've been in studios and with people that we listen to, $1 million rappers right now that are famous that we all know and love actually. And I got their respect and earned that respect with my music. And I love hip hop. I love rapping. I just knew that I couldn't do it forever. So I
Mm-hmm.
learned how to engineer and make beats and tweak, you know, vocals and the song after it's done. So then like I could have a career later on, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
you be a star, you do what you gotta do and everything. So I was basically making music all up until I went to Hawaii. And then when I went to Hawaii, that's when I kind of just slowed it down a little bit because it's not a big hip hop scene out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would let people hear things and they would love it, but it wasn't really like, my music is for the streets because
Hmm.
those are the people that I'm talking to. I was talking to people that I can help make a difference to them so they can understand me. I'm talking their language and they can understand me and understand where I'm coming from. So then there can be some type of tweak in their brain and their head, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a different environment over there. So it was like, oh, the music's good, but it was like, it's not really what we listen to. There's only a certain little crowd, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I still did things here and there, but, you know, um, it's a part of me. So I still been kind of messing around all through the time. And I was like, you know what? I put together some stuff and I was like, all right, let me just throw it out there and put it out there on SoundCloud and just, if people want to hear it, they can hear it. So I just kind of threw it out there, but I've been thinking about it since I've been here to kind of touch on that again because
Oh.
I was like, it's a passion of mine. Like
Hmm.
my soul loves it. Like my hair stand up when I hear certain music. When I
Yeah.
can listen to a reggaeton and be happy, ready to dance and party or whatever, or clean. I can listen to hip hop and be like, all right, let's do this. It's time to go. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? and when I opened up this whatnot, right? So I was selling comics on eBay, right? So I was getting books signed and stuff like that and graded, and I was just putting them on eBay and sell them on eBay. And then Kenobi, Key Collector,
Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing? Like, you need to do something." And I was like, I don't know. I don't really want to do that. And he's like, dude, what are you doing? You need to get up and do that. So, I had 3 shows and like it built up from the first show, like 135 views, some sales. Then the second show was like 435 views and more
Yeah.
sales. And then my third show, I sold out 1,100 views, sold out all my
Nice.
blue labels. And each show, I start with hustle and motivate. That's the way I come in. That's the way the show starts. It's
Yeah.
hustle and motivate because that's the premise of what I stand for. You know what I mean? Hustle and motivate. Whatever you're gonna do your best. Put your hustle into it and make it happen. Put your mind to it. You put your mind to something. If you can believe, then you can achieve. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
motivate because that's what we hear. I go by influence, IMC, the influential MC. So influence, and I got it tattooed on my back. That's what that was been the name, the mantra for me doing my music, and that's the goal to motivate people. You can use that influence for negative, which might have been me when I was younger, but as I got older and my adult, mature man, say was like, let's motivate people. So that's where it's like, you know what? I think that it's at the point now that I'm tired of making money for the man. The man
Hmm.
don't give a fuck if you sick and have no more sick days. They
Hmm.
will fire your ass, and you put everything into that. Now, people do need to work and make money to pay the bills, because that's the world that we live in, right? But
Yeah.
if you could find something that you love, actually love, and you figure out a way to make money from it, that's what you need to put all your effort into, because your energy needs to be focused on something positive that makes you feel better about yourself to achieve what you need to achieve in this lifetime. Everybody thinks and everybody says all these quotes, like when the going gets tough, tough get going. Like, oh, if it was put on your plate, you need to eat it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all right, cool. Now, if you actually believe that, you know what I'm saying? So we were all put here for a reason. Some people were here, I might be put on this planet to have a conversation with somebody and not change that person, to change their family, to change their future. And then I might be done. I might die that night. Who knows? But we were all put on this planet, on this earth for a reason. We're in this world. We're not of this world. Cars, clothes, jewelry, oh, having 12 girls, whatever the fuck. That's not what this is about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to really go through those experiences to realize that people want things. People want those things. So when you get those things, then you realize that that's not what it is. So, like I grew up. So my favorite rappers growing up were Mobb Deep, right? So I'm from that Queensbridge side, right? So my favorite rappers were Mobb Deep. And Nas is over there and all of that, right? But Prodigy was the one. Like Prodigy, he lived it. He talked about it. He was about it. And my whole goal was to earn their respect in life. And I ended up through I don't even know, but through manifestation, I used to go to the projects to try to see them when I was like 13 years old because they used to be out there in the projects drinking and smoking on the benches and everything. So I used to go out to see them. I never got to see them. You know what I mean? I used to chill out there. I had friends out there. There's a set of projects. So it's Queensbridge Projects, Reagan Woods Projects, Astoria Projects, AQ, and then Woodside. So those are the 4 projects right there, right? So I'm from Woodside. So I used to go out there and just to chill and see them and everything. And I never got to see them, right? But then at some point, I always been like really smart, but it's like you're a product of your environment. So I used to be able to play baseball, and I got scholarships to play baseball for high school and everything. And I couldn't afford it, like my mom's couldn't afford it. I had a single parent. My mom's couldn't afford for me to pay for the school, so whatever. So I didn't even get to go and just play for baseball. So I ended up going to your local high school and everything. So I just wanted to chill and everything and hang out and be on the corners or whatever. But I was always really smart. So my guidance counselor told me, you know what? I don't even know. Because I ended up getting in trouble, and the guidance counselor recognized my mom from my brother, from him getting in trouble. He was like, "Oh, you ain't never gonna amount to anything in life. You should just drop out now." And I was just like, you know what, fuck you, bro. So I ended up.
Wait, the guidance counselor told you that?
My guidance counselor, straight up,
what a dick.
He was an asshole as fuck, but it was motivation for me because he was like, "You ain't gonna." I've always remembered that. So, I was in the top grade for everything, and then so first semester in 9th grade, all fucking A's and B's. Second semester in 9th grade, after that shit, I was like down the drain, and I was like, you know what, fuck this. So I dropped out. I spent like the summer / first semester not doing shit, just being on the streets, making money, hustling, and things like that. And I got bored. I was like, damn, all the girls are in school. And I'm out here, like, what the hell am I doing? So I ended up getting my GED. They make you take a test, a predictive test to see where you at. I passed the predictive test like that with such a high grade. They were like, you don't even have to come to GED courses. Just go take the test, like in Jamaica High School. So I waited a week. I went and took the test in Jamaica High School. I ended up passing it, getting that little diploma, and I was in college by 17 years old. So while everybody was still in high school, all my friends and everybody my age and everything, they were all in high school as juniors. I was already in college. So basically, by the time they got to college, I was already on my way out. They were like, what? So I was ahead of the game, and it gave me motivation to keep going and prove him wrong, prove anybody that doubted me wrong, But during that time, I ended up going to college, and then one of them from Maldives, his uncle was my guidance counselor in college.
Wow.
And then I ended up meeting one of them outside. I meeting their manager, and then they connected us, and then I ended up meeting them. And then we ended up in the studio, and then we ended up chilling, and then we ended up in Long Island in their studio, and then I ended up getting their respect, what I always wanted since I was 12, 13 years old,
Yeah.
And now when I got that, I loved it. That feeling was crazy. But then I realized it wasn't enough. I was like, wow, I want more, So those things that you think you want so bad, that is everything to you, you can achieve that. And then you'll realize that you want more. You know what I mean? Oh, I want a Mercedes. I want a Mercedes. I want a Mercedes. You get a Mercedes, and now you're like, what? I want a Lambo. I want a Bugatti. You know what I'm saying? I want that new
Yeah.
Tesla. You know what I'm saying? That new Tesla truck. Like, because there's always gonna be more.
More.
So instead of selling yourself short on something and setting up a little goal, follow what you love to do. Figure out what you actually love to do, and then try to make money doing that. Make a business out of that. If you like to cook, go take some culinary classes and fucking be a chef, and then open up your own restaurant. Start as a chef somewhere, learn the trade and learn the business, learn how to market yourself, and then do that. Open up a food truck. How many people make money on the island with food trucks? Facts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? That's a family business. You know what I mean? And you can do that anywhere. There's people out in Boston, Massachusetts, and everything. They have fucking great lobsters, and they can do a bunch of seafood trucks and make money. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of things like, so that's where, like, Key Collector put that battery in my back. Like, dude, you like your comics, you do your comics, you got a bunch of comics, then do something more than just eBay. So I still sell my stuff on eBay. Then I sold out all my blue labels. Now I just got yellow labels and like one-on-ones on these blue labels. I'm like, shit, now I got sending books out to CGC and like, yo, now I opened up Blue Key Comics. Now I got Blue Key Comics. Now I got my own business with my comics. Now I just got to keep going. So Comic-Con, I'll be getting signed joints. So that's why I like the cons, because now I get the signed books at the cons. Throughout the other time, I'm getting my blue labels, making sure they're empty so I can get them graded, and then I continue that business. Now I got something that my uncle had put in my heart, that VV Revive, with the Marvel and everything, and now I'm doing my physical comics. That's my business. Boom, I love that. I'm like, all right, cool. But you know what? I want to still do something else. I want to still do more because I can still do more. And then I can do it anywhere in the country. So what else do I want to do? Wow, nothing really makes me happy but my fucking music. And then you see nowadays, if you really listen, like there's still people in all ages making music. The kids that are making music is crazy. You don't even understand what the fuck they're saying. But it's like I don't know what they're talking about, right? But the older dudes, I'm saying, but the older dudes like Nas and everything, he's still coming out with albums and it's fire. Like LL Cool J just did a song with Eminem, and that shit is fire. Like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and that shit is fire. So there's no age limit to what you love and want to do. It just depends on how you see it. If you can build the plan in your head, close your eyes, build that plan on how you see it, manifest it, and then make that shit happen, you can fucking do it. You don't need nobody. If you have one person that says they believe in you, that's all you need. You don't need strength is in numbers, but you could build that. All you need is one person to believe in you besides yourself, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, you start doubting yourself. That person's like, dude, you already did it. You already sold out your show. Why couldn't you do it again? You're like, word, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Like, all right, I want it. You know what I mean? So I truly believe that do not waste your time going to school if it's not something that you fucking love. Go learn about something that you love. You want to be a veterinarian, then go to school and learn how to be a vet, go help animals. You know what I'm saying? You want to go be a psychologist, go to school, do that. You want to go to law, go to school, do that. But if you don't know what the fuck you want to do, don't waste time because life is short. Figure out what makes you happy, what makes your hair stand up on your arm, what makes your soul feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? And that's not just money, because you can do anything selling to make money. People sell their ass to make money. People sell pictures of feet to make money. You know what I mean? So money is going to be there, but what is going to make you happy? Wasting your life on a 9-to-5, wasting your life on a fucking job that don't give a fuck about you at the end of the day, because they'll fire you when they're sick of you, when you ask for a raise, when you ain't got no more sick days, and you're like, I gotta pick up my kid, and da-da-da-da-da. They don't give a fuck, So then people are heartbroken, and then people are stuck because they're like, damn, I did this job for 20 years, I did this job for 12 years, this is all I know. Like, you weren't put on this earth to work at a deli. You weren't put on this earth to, you know what I mean? Like, there's progressive jobs in life, and we need that. Like, there has to be janitors, right? that's the way the world goes. But that's not what you're seeking. That's not the route. That's not what I mean. People don't wake up and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go be a janitor for the high school. Like, I don't know if I want to talk to you anymore.
Can I interject? Like I'm and you know I've kind of been watch out. We have gnats in the house, by the way, but I've been kind of following the story. But when it comes to just go out and do it, right? Motivate yourself to do it or have some support. I kind of want to like bring that on you, D, because this what you're doing right now. So D talking to like 211 people, also you, Nino. This is something D would never ever do. Like this is like something new that I've seen my wife come out of her shell doing these kind of like for me. I'm used to talking in front of screens, like you know. Besides, I'm in the communication business, so besides doing the engineering part of it, I also do sales. You know as well. So if you go on like a Zoom call or something like that, you could have like maybe 100 people. You may not see them all, right? But you got to sell them something, right? So this is all natural to me. But when it comes to D, she was always the lady in the background. She was always the girl in the van. So to do this kind of stuff, I've seen D just literally like evolve into something new. She's still the same person, still the same wife that I married, but she's doing things I've never seen her do before. She's doing even like editing. She's doing the community feed. She does her own stuff. She's doing all these things that I've never seen her do before, all because she just decided to try to do it. Just like as Swampy says right here, just do it. Inspirational. I can do it, right? Let's go. That's what D did. And I just want the audience to understand that this is not the norm for D to do these kind of things, to go talk in front of a camera, put yourself out there. But you know I'm right. You know I'm right. So I just wanted to like point that out. And I 100% agree with what you said, Nino.
Yeah, 100%. 1000%, man. You are very inspirational. This is not what I was expecting today, like at all. Like I really don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, you are like so inspirational. And you know, a lot. I've been seeing the chats going off. Everyone's appreciating your words. Like you're motivating them to, you know, do it, go out there and just, you know, do something that maybe they were thinking to do, but then they weren't sure themselves. And even me, because I second guess myself a lot. And I need that motivation. So this guy, he's a great motivation for me. He's like, just do it. You're not gonna know until you do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fuck up. But yeah, that's just part of it, right?
But it's also like it's really upgraded your life, right? And by upgrading your life, it upgrades our family. And I see that in the past 2 years of us doing this podcast, Dee has not only excelled in the podcast, but also in real life. And it's not like she wasn't excelling before, but she just enhanced herself even more now. She's made herself Wonder Woman in a sense, right? And now she's like really just killing it no matter what she does in life. And I really love that. This has been an awesome conversation. I really had no idea where we're going to go, but that's how it is whenever we do this Aloha Friday. We never know where the conversation is going to go. And this has just been a phenomenal conversation. I've been really enjoying it. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm not kicking you off. I'm just like literally saying that this has been awesome so far. Keep going.
Yeah. Nah, no problem. Honestly, you know, when you find the partner, you know, you push each other. You push each other to different boundaries, and then you keep breaking that boundary. You know, you don't break each other, you make each other. So you're opened up something. You might have sparked the idea to her, and then she just started decorating the whole house, and now you're like, you know what? I'm gonna build another room for us. You know what I mean? So now you're making the house bigger, you know, and that's what coming together with somebody is actually supposed to be about. You know, I have a lot of friends that I've lost through the years. You know, like I sold everything in life. You know, like I've been nigga rich, you know, on the streets, and I've made money in corporations. You know, I've seen a lot of people lose themselves because they mess with the wrong person, because that person does drugs. That person is an alcoholic. Now you don't want to be weak to that girl, because now she's going to look at you like you're weak and you ain't up to par with her. And she sniffs coke and she wants to get high all the time. You don't do drugs, but now you're doing drugs. You know what happens? You're not going to be with her, and you're going to end up the drug addict that ends up ODing. And I lived it. I've seen it. I lost friends to it, and I taught people don't do it. But people live what in the moment that they feel because they think that they're smarter than everybody, and it's not going to happen to me. But our parents and our grandparents went through similar things and similar problems, and then it just keeps on going. And then you go through different experiences and meet different people in life, and you've seen this happen before. So it's kind of your job now to open your mouth and tell them, look, these are the traps that you can walk into. Now, not everybody listens. So now that person starts messing with this hot girl that he met in the club, and he never been with a girl like that. She's on drugs, and all she wants to do is party and do drugs. Next thing you know, they're not together, but he's still on drugs now. 5 years later down the road, she's still living her life doing the same thing, or she sobers up and that dude is dead because he OD'd on drugs. You know what I mean? And you could have been the one to tell him something, or you might have told them something, because I've lost friends that I told them don't do that, and they still did it. So when you meet somebody and they actually make you better, and you actually want to do more for each other, because she doing this for you guys, and she's doing it for herself. You're doing it for her, and you're doing it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So the way that works is that yin and the yang starts growing more and more and more and more. So now you're bringing a child into the world. That child now is going to have that love and the fortitude that you guys are both creating for that. It could be a boy or a girl. So I said that. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl in that, but I still say, boy, Nino! But he's gonna have the best of both of you, and then these are the stories that you're gonna be able to tell him. Who knows what you guys are gonna grow this into? But this has opened up different sections of both of you. Now you can public speak. Now you can be on camera and talk to people. Now you can help people. Now you can innovate. Now you can influence. Now you can motivate. Now you don't have no fear getting in front of a classroom and telling the classroom what you guys did together and where it started and the whole journey, because you have started somewhere and you broke that fear down. You helped her break the fear. She helped you break that fear. And now together, bam, who knows what you guys can create? You know what I mean? And that's how you're supposed to grow with somebody. And if that person doesn't bring that out of you or doesn't help you grow, then that's not the person for you. People can have all type of relationships, and you mess with the wrong ones till you find the right one. And that's basically, what I'm saying? You guys have been a person, yeah?
I want to add to this because I agree 100% with what you're saying with us, but let me add a third portion to the conversation in terms of what we're doing right now. So yes, Dee does this for me and also herself and vice versa. But the whole reason we started this is we wanted to create a place, and you can see it in the chat, where everyone could come together and continue the conversation, whatever that conversation might be. We're having a conversation right now. At the same time, Nino, while we're having a conversation, the chat is having a conversation. We really wanted to hone down on making sure that we could provide a place where the uncommons, I love that word, the uncommons, right? Because we're all different people. We're all uncommon people in a sense, but can we all come together? And that's the whole goal of this channel, is to bring everyone together. I don't care if you're a Futter. I don't care if you're a Moon Boy. I don't care if you're in crypto or this and that or whatever. You know what I mean? If we can have a conversation and be level-headed and connect, and then also pass on that connection to other people, and then perpetuate that, push it through the space, move it forward, push it forward, so then we can all just move this space together. That is a beautiful thing. And that's the one thing, that's the big goal right here. That's the Aloha Spirit thing I keep talking about. That's what we're trying to do here. And I think we're accomplishing that. What do you think, though, Nino?
I think you are, honestly. I think that you bring people together, whether they're from different parts of lives, it's an eclectic group that actually see the same vision and they want to be a part of it. Everybody wants to be a part of something and feel a
Yes.
part of it, and you have created a safe haven. This is not FUD. This is not Moon Boy. This is fucking Uncommon, right in the middle, where everybody has a place, everybody has a voice. I apologize because I can't see the chat, so I hope the chat is lit. Let's like that motherfucker up in that.
It's the chat is lit, man. The chat is pretty lit. So
I can't see it. I don't know any comments right now. I hope it's crazy, and I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. And what's funny is actually I started collecting uncommons, the low lit uncommons, like when I first started because nobody cared about them.
that's
And
right.
nobody cared about the uncommons, and that's when I actually first started collecting. You can ask my cousin; he was like, "What? You were lit on the low lit uncommons?" You know what I mean? So I think honestly, I was thinking about the name. Like I was thinking about the name outside. So I smoke weed. It's natural. I'm not really a big
Which is dope.
drinker. You know what I mean? I'm not a real big drinker. I don't do drugs. Like the way I grew up, you either sell them or you did them. So I chose.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
I got you. I was entrepreneurial back then too.
You know what I mean? I always been a hustler. You know what I mean? That's why too. It's like if you can sell that, you can sell anything. You know what I mean? So, but I still smoke cigarettes, which was horrible. But I'm gonna kick that. That's my next goal. But I've been smoking since I was 9. My dad gave me my first cigarette, and it's been crazy. It's been horrible. But I was smoking a cigarette before we started, and I was thinking, I was like, damn, the Uncommon podcast. Damn, I don't think they even know how deep that really is because it's not common. It's not the secret rare. It's not the rare or the ultra rare. It's the uncommon, right? And it kind of gives everybody a place to fit in. Nobody's better than anybody. Nobody is, it doesn't matter about stature in life or monetary value or anything. It's about everybody being on an island together and everybody being equal. And if nobody can come in the island and nothing else comes in, everybody shares and everybody helps each other. And that's what I was thinking when I was smoking a cigarette outside. And I was like, damn, I wonder if they even know how deep that is, because
it goes deeper.
I'm like, this is my first time. I was talking earlier. I was like, damn, this is my first time on YouTube doing one of these things, right? And like, I know Randy and everything, and your staff, and but this is the first time I'm actually doing one of these, and I was like, damn, to be doing it with you guys is crazy for me, because the only time I ever been in front of a camera was to do my music. Anytime I did interviews was about my music. So I wasn't about, let's interview you about crypto or stocks or anything. Like I've done presentations for businesses like with Verizon and everything like that. But anytime I've been interviewed or on camera, it was for music. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, this is crazy to me because I was like, damn, they're like, well, this is all about you. And I was laughing because I was like, D said in the thing, she was like, who knows what we're going to be talking about? And
For real, I was like, I don't know.
The concept is like you're literally just hanging out in our living room, and if you've been here already, you know what Hawaii's like. So someone's living room is literally like someone's lanai, and like someone's couch is out there. We're literally sitting across each other. There's a coffee table in the middle of us, and we're talking story, and that's the whole format of this. I mean, we have a script here. We have not looked at it once. You know what I mean? So
I love it. Like that's the most organic thing right here. Like this, I didn't have no idea what I was going to talk about either. I was like, well, we're probably going to talk about a bunch of the stuff like in the community and things like that. And I'm going to give flowers to people and shit. And I was just like, this actually has been more invigorating for me and a better testimony for me just to talk story with you guys. And because I was like, damn, you guys are the sweetest ever. I was like, yo, and you think I'm playing, but you really are. Like, and it's like, damn, I don't think that people really understand that because you're from the island, and I'm from the island.
You get it. You understand us. You understand us fully because you've been here.
Yes. And that's why I was like, I have to do this. And I was like, I don't really need to talk about right now. I was like, I can talk about my whatnot, my eBay, my VD and DC, whatever the fuck, but this is what I'd rather have conversations about, because this will be a regular conversation that we'll be having while we were eating, and then on the beach or on the lanai.
Or LNL.
Yeah, we have the hibachi going on. We have some steaks on the grill. We have a bunch of pound of poke right in front of us. You know what I mean?
God, yes, pack up some musubis and let's go.
Yum.
Yes.
Oh,
I enjoy this. This is what I enjoy, because this is a part of influence, which is who I am, my music, what it's based on, and this is what you guys are based upon as the Uncommon Podcast. So this actually is a testimony of everything that we actually, we represent, as a whole. And I love this. I could talk story with you guys. I told you we could talk story.
We got way more time. Like, trust me, because it's my understanding, we will probably cross paths in physical life, in real life. And when that happens, Nino, book the whole night. So, you can ask Chris Severs that. Book the whole night, because D had to peel me away from him that night. I think we started talking story like around 2:30, and I didn't leave their place till like, I think 24 hours after or something. We left like 1 or 2.
Yeah, it was early in the morning.
Yeah. No, maybe 12 hours, not 24 hours, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. We love to do this, and we love talking story. Tomorrow we're gonna go meet with some friends and do the same thing. I love to get to know people. I love stories. I love to hear stories. I love to tell stories. I'm Portuguese. Yeah, I mean, you've met Portuguese here. I love to tell stories. I have millions of stories that I shouldn't really be saying on camera, but they're there. You know what I mean? And they're comical, because that's my life. So
yeah. And who knows, like, when you tell a story, there's someone that may spark like their recollection of like, oh yeah, I had something kind of similar in my life happen. But what was so trippy when we started talking to you, Nino, it's like, you being here before, it's like we probably could have passed each other, so many times and not even know, from the places that you've mentioned you've been, the places
brother, I've been to that
before.
Verizon store many times. When Genki Sushi had the conveyor belt before they went to the train, right? I've been to your store. I bet you sold me something. So I have Verizon, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man. I was there since they had the circle.
I've been in your store, man.
Yeah. It's crazy, because we could have actually crossed paths in real time, and this was when we were actually supposed to actually physically know each other, because I'm pretty sure that if you were there and when I was there, I might have helped you, or you know what I'm saying.
I'm trying to think. Maybe he does look familiar, D. Like we might have interacted with him.
Yeah.
I remember interacting with somebody really nice in that store before. So now it's a T-Mobile or something like that. Oh no, it's a Spectrum store now.
Yeah, the T-Mobile was next door. They built that because we were making up. They needed to fight the profit share. They were like, wow, they're getting money over there, so they built the T-Mobile. We were already there.
Oh man, this has been a really great conversation. I gotta admit, this has been badass. So, but we're at 2 hours plus already. We're probably gonna have to get off soon, cook some dinner for our daughter. But before we go, we're running a giveaway, and also Nino, I want to present something here real quick to everybody just to kind of see what's happening here. Give me just a second, guys. Nino, you're gonna get one of these. This is Madame Pele. This is my version of Madame Pele right here. Yeah. Ooh, this is the fire goddess. This is from our NFT collection, the Neon Paradise Project. Also, someone in the chat is gonna win one of these as well. And then also, Nino, you're gonna get the Hawaiian Warrior right here, the uncommon version right here.
What? Let's go! I am that uncommon warrior. Let's go!
And also, someone in the chat's gonna get one of these as well. And then you're also going to get one of our logos. So if you ever wanted to grab anything from our collection, you can use this logo, burn it, and you can choose anything out of our collection. And also, somebody in the chat's going to get one of these as well. So we're going to give away 1, 2, 3 to the chat. And Nino, you're going to get all 3 NFTs in your wallet. Just send us your wallet when we're done.
Oh man, thank you
Man.
guys. Oh man, mahalo to you guys. One, I swear to God, one time on the side of the road, I met an old lady and I heard the stories and I thought it was LA. And I was like, she's coming for me, but she did not kill me, so I'm still good. I am the uncommon warrior, so let's fucking go.
You know, Nino, I think D and I also have a similar story. I think if you've lived here long enough, we've all passed an old lady on the side of the road at one time or
Yes.
another. And
Mhm.
every time that happens, my skin just raises up, man.
Goosebumps,
I'm
man. Chicken
getting
skin.
goosebumps right now, chicken skin, right? So
Damn, thank you. Oh man, that is crazy that you said that though. But thank you for saying that because I thought I was a weirdo for
no, 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 man. You live here long enough, but and the thing is, like, if you're out and about or something like that, and she's in the back seat, just keep driving. You know what I mean? Just keep driving. You know?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
that's
getting chicken skin anyway. But before we get to this giveaways and stuff like that, Nino, I want you to. Well, first off, I want to thank you for coming on the podcast. You've been an inspiration. The chat loves
yeah.
you. I love this conversation. I want to have you back on again because I think we can talk way more. I look forward to meeting you in real life. But
Yes.
if you could just give our audience like final words, any words of inspiration, any advice, anything that comes off the top of your head while I get this giveaway ready. The floor is yours, my friend.
I want to say, everybody, enjoy life. Life is precious. Every moment, tell the people that you love, you fucking love them. People that deserve flowers, give them their flowers. Pride is nothing. Ego is nothing. That is not going to make you a better person. What's going to make you a better person and get you to where you need to go is being who you are. When you wake up in the morning and nobody sees, when you're looking in the mirror and nobody's seeing that but you, that man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, be that person. Be that person. We're all scared of something. Everybody's scared of something. You know what I mean? But to face those fears, then there's nothing to fear at all in life. Fear, the acronym of fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence that appears real. It's not
I like
real,
that. I
you
like that.
know? So enjoy the journey of collecting digitally, collecting physically, enjoy how you spend your money. You put people be the best people they can be, and you're gonna get influence your friends, influence family, influence neighbor, influence strangers, and you're gonna see how karma comes back around. Ooh, one life to live. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's
Oh, thank you,
go.
Nino. That's yeah. You've been a really big inspiration. Just having you on, for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. It's been great, and I did have one question, and I don't know if you've answered it before, but um, all these years I've heard you a lot on spaces during like in the back call spaces and stuff, and you've always said that like, ooh, like what is that about? Like, what is that?
Oh, did we lose Nino?
Oh, did we
Oh,
lose him?
yeah. You're kind
I
of
was
breaking up a
asking
little
for
bit.
Alpha.
Nino, are you there?
No,
Oh,
are you there?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Can
think
hear you
you're
now.
breaking up a
Can you hear
little
me?
bit.
Oh, oh,
Ooh.
There-
oh.
I think
Can you hear
So,
us now?
can you hear me now? No.
I think
Well, I
we're
can
yeah,
hear you guys. Can you hear me?
We can hear you
you're
now.
coming a little bit muffled, but I think we got you back.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Oh,
Yep. Ooh. Can hear you now.
oh. I didn't have the voice inside the company.
can you hear him, D?
No.
Can you hear me? I can hear
Yeah,
you. I can hear you.
you can hear us. Okay, as long as can
I
you
can
guys
hear
hear him?
you.
If you guys can hear him, that's okay. We're having spaces problems on YouTube, right? So
Elon's not even here. He's trying to wreck
Damn,
us.
that's cold.
at least it happened at the very
Damn,
tail
can
end,
you hear
right?
me? Oh, damn. Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Can you hear
now.
me?
We can hear you now.
You can hear me a little bit?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, that was Pele right there. She was like, hold on, man. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
So, you can hear me? All right, cool. Actually, so Ooh is actually started from this rapper. Her name was Young M.A. She's from Brooklyn. And she came out with a song. She was like, ooh. She was like, ooh, the whole song was ooh. So you can actually look it up. And it's a hot song, right? So then when we got in the back house, right? Because like when we went to back house, like the first VV spaces, like they started getting toxic, because it was like everybody was rich, and then they were feeling themselves, and they didn't let nobody talk, and it would get crazy. It just got to the point that it was crazy. And then HRO came out, and then they hated anything HRO. And then back so we got and
I think we're losing them again.
Can you hear me? Can you got me? Oh man, you got me?
Can you hear him? Can you hear me?
Check.
I can hear you
My
right now.
check, my
Right
check.
now. Yeah,
We
right now.
can hear you right now. Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Don't move.
Okay. So I was saying. Oh, yeah, I know. So we then HRO came out. It was nobody like HRO. Then it was like, oh, you're trying to get lightning and strike twice. You know what I mean? Then Backhouse came out, and it was like, hell nah, all y'all just trying to make it be BB, whatever. So thank God the BB spaces did get a lot better, and it's free now. Thank God compared, right? But in the Backhouse spaces, when Backhouse started coming out and things were moving in the beginning and it was crazy, the utility was crazy. Like, I got a book signed by Jim Lee. I got to meet him and everything. We were going to movies. They were giving us all types of utility in the first 2 years, whatever. So it would be a thing in the Backhouse space. So, like, we had, it was basically like a thing in the back house space where we would start feeling ourselves, and we would be like, "Oh, we got this coming, ooh," and it was like a thing, like it was a thing for the back house to be like, "Ooh," but then my ooh was different than everybody else's ooh. So when you heard me do ooh, it was different. You know what I mean? Because it was just me. You know what I mean? But we all had our moments when we were feeling ourselves in the back house, and we were like ooh. And then just when I dropped it, it's it's Nino. You know what I'm saying? So it was like nobody say ooh like Nino say ooh. You know what I mean?
I got something to admit. So I remember now the first time I heard you was on a Backhouse space, and it was the first night Palm released their website, and I remember hearing "ooh." We can't get in, right? Everyone was trying to log in. Remember that night? Everyone was trying to log in. He's like, "Ooh, I got in." I'm like, "Shit, this guy got in. Whoever ooh is, I gotta get in, right?" And then like everyone was like, "Okay, well, just open up multiple browsers." And then I heard you say, "Ooh," and I was cracking up that whole time, man. I remember that. It was like the first time Palm launched their website, and just that ooh. I'm like, D, who is doing that? Oh, it's Nino Blue. Who is Nino Blue? Ooh.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was influential. Yeah, your name was influential, I think.
Yeah.
Influential. I'm sorry, influential.
Yeah.
Because that's my rap. Yeah, that's my rap name. So that's why.
Yeah.
And when I fix the SoundCloud and you guys hear the music, then you'll kind of understand how I grew up and who I was, and then
Awesome.
you can see how I grew when I went to Hawaii and everything like that.
Awesome. I can't wait. Yes, I'm gonna definitely check it out on SoundCloud.
Ooh.
And with that saying, guys, it's time for the giveaway. Good luck, everyone. This is
Good
for
luck.
Madame Pele. Let's go. Let's see who's gonna win. And you don't have to be here to win.
Let's see.
Art Heart, let's
Art
go.
Heart.
Congratulations, Art Heart. Ooh.
Ooh, Art Heart. Let's get it. Let's go.
All right.
Congrats.
For the Uncommon Warrior, let's go. Let's see who's going to get the Uncommon Warrior. Good luck, everyone. For the second prize of the night, who's it going to be? Nikki, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, you guys. And for the
Congrats.
third and last giveaway of the night, which is the Neon Paradise Project logo, good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. This has been an awesome, awesome live stream.
Yeah, it's been great.
DDS! Congratulations, DDS.
Oh. Congrats, DDS.
Oh, yes, let's
Let's go, guys. We will send these out probably tomorrow. I get in trouble when I say tonight because we're probably not going to do it tonight, guys. I'm not going to be honest. You know what I mean? We're going to go eat dinner after this. But thank you guys so much for participating. And this has been a really awesome conversation. Nino, anything else that you want to say before we log off tonight? If we still got
I want to say.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we lost him, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. So while we wait for Nino to come back, you guys, this has been a really awesome show tonight. D, close the show out.
Yeah, and another thing is Art Heart and Nikki M. I don't think I have your wallet addresses. So if you could please DM me that on X, D1 and only _, and then we can send it over to you folks tomorrow. But yeah, thank you, everyone. Not sure how many are watching, but thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
250 people watching.
Oh, damn. Ooh. Yeah, so for 2.5 hours, appreciate everyone, hanging out and getting inspired, motivated to do something you've never done before, or the thing that you were thinking of doing. You can do it. Go out and do it. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend. And we'll see if he comes back. Maybe he's trying to log back in.
It says device not connected. Nino, it probably doesn't see your camera or your mic. Probably something happened. Try again, Nino, if you can hear me or hear us. We'll stay on a little bit, see if he can come back on. But yeah, guys, this has been a really fun conversation. We're kind of like biding our time here because, we're just like, we had Big A on last week, Friday, and we weren't really sure if this would be our last Aloha Friday for a while because it's almost game time for us. D's getting really close, and I'm pretty sure D is ready for the boy to get out into the open. Right? Yeah, make his FA because I give D credit. She's going through a lot right now, and she's still able to do these live streams and hang out with everybody. So I really appreciate everyone for being patient with us, especially our Discord. I have not been able to be active as much as I'd like to be. At work has just really been swamping me a lot. So like, let's see. Hold on. This person from joining. Okay. No. Yeah. So I pushed him out. Maybe he can come back in. Nino, try to come. There we go. I think I got him.
Is she coming back?
Yeah. Hey!
Oh, let's go. He's fixing his hair.
Oh!
Oh, I think I'm getting lost in the blockchain, man.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, my brother, I think we're losing you.
You sound like Wally.
You sound like your internet's cutting out on your phone or something.
Damn, man, you don't hear me? They run.
We're hear you now. We're hear you now. Yeah. Hey, put your nose on. Where's the foil? Go touch the antenna.
I can hear you. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think we're losing you in the blockchain, man. But
yeah. Oh man, can you hear me?
Right now,
we hear you now. We hear you now. Say your words.
You
Say
can
your last words, quick.
Oh, I want to say thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you guys for having me on. I wanted to do something for you real quick because I wanted to give you something. For you, I wanted to give you this. This is a dance star and Delgado.
Oh my gosh.
This is Spider-Man 8. So you send me the Addy and I'm gonna mail that out to you. And then what I wanted to do for the chat, I'm gonna send this out for you guys. That's double slide.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's for
Thank
you
you
That
so
is
guys, all
much.
right?
awesome. Oh my gosh.
You're
It's gonna
welcome.
be an
That's for
honor
you
to do
guys, all right?
this.
So I'll mail. I know. I know. You
Oh my
remember? I love
gosh.
the spider ball.
Man, I remember. Kenobi woke me up that night. He woke me up that morning. He called me at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, you know I love my spider boy. You know what I mean? So this is
Yeah,
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
yeah.
I think we're losing you
I got
again,
that at
Nino.
Comic
Shoot.
Con last year.
Nice.
Oh,
So
there we
I
go.
got that double sign last year at Comic Con. So that's for you guys, right?
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
And then
much.
what I'm gonna do for the chat, I'm gonna do the chat. This is signed by Scotty Young. And you could do a giveaway for the chat, and I'll do that as a giveaway for the chat.
Really? Wow. Are you?
Scotty Young.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
so
Steve. Oh, that's
awesome,
so
man.
cute.
Wow.
Oh, it's signed.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's signed by Scotty Young. That's Scotty
Oh
Young.
my gosh, you guys.
Wow.
Oh, round of applause
Oh,
for Nino.
lucky
This is
buttons.
awesome.
Is this
Yeah, with the COA.
international or just national?
I don't give a fizzle. It can be whatever you want.
Okay,
I
I'm
just
gonna go
want
get
to.
a
hate segregated.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna get
So
the
I
giveaway tool ready. But Nino, I actually wanted to give you comics too. I pulled these out of my PC. So, yeah.
We're trading. We're trading.
Yeah, so I'm gonna send this in the mail. I got
Yeah.
Punisher 2099. It's crispy. There's no ticks on this.
Mm.
And then also
Cool.
I've got Detective Comics right here, 0. And yeah, this is crispy as well. They're not signed, unfortunately, but these
Thank
are
you.
kept in really good condition. And yeah, it's like you bought them from the store right there. So
Oh, that's from your own stuff,
No.
yeah?
Thank
that's from my PC.
Yeah, awesome.
I appreciate you. I really appreciate you, man. Let me get this giveaway tool ready for these guys. Give me a second.
Oh, that's so awesome. What a treat.
Yeah, that's
Can you hear us?
Oh, did we lose him again?
I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right,
That's
so
just
here we
You
go.
got me?
super.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Honestly, I appreciate all the love. You guys have been more than generous, and I appreciate you having me on and everything. This has been very, very enlightening, and this has been good for my soul. So I appreciate you guys.
Oh man, I love to
Same
hear that.
here.
Thank you for saying that. I love that. I love that. Me too. 100%.
This is so cool.
This has been like, I mean, this
See,
has
I
been really
didn't know.
awesome.
I didn't know. I figured the chat would be more into Scotty Young, and you would be more into Spider Boy. So I didn't know how to go with it. To be honest.
Oh
with
yeah,
you. But
right on the
if you
nose,
wanna
my
switch it
friend.
up,
Right.
You
I
gotta
Right
tried.
on
love
the
I
nose.
Scotty Young lovers, yeah.
In fact, D, let's throw some Pineapple Man in for him as well. Let's throw some of that in there. We'll
Ooh,
throw that in your
yes,
bag. Yeah,
Pineapple
we're gonna
Man.
send some Hawaii comics to you as well.
tried.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Awesome.
I love some pineapples.
Oh, you're getting some
But
pineapples.
not on your
Well,
pizza,
guys,
right? You don't put it on your
right
pizza,
now.
do you?
Yeah, not
No,
on a
not
pizza,
on a pizza.
right? Not on a
No,
pizza.
no, no, that's
No. All
That's
right, guys.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Word.
Shout out to my Canadian friends, but yeah, we don't want pineapple on the pizza. And chat, big round of applause for Nino right here. This is super awesome. I'm really stoked for whoever gets this. I'm really happy that you came on and you were able to share some of your Manalo with us. This has been super fun, and I love this. This is what makes this podcast so awesome. Just meeting new people and just exchanging words with each other. This has been great.
Yeah,
Thank
and then one thing though for the people who are entering for this physical is you will have to provide your mailing address to Nino. So if you're not comfortable in doing it, then I don't know, don't enter or
Don't enter. Yeah.
That's what you'll have to do if you get chosen.
Yeah, we'll
Just
give you
saying.
guys we'll give you guys a minute to enter right now. If you want to win this signed Scotty Young comic with the COD in the back.
Awesome.
Enter KingNino right now. And
Mhm.
shout out to KingNino right here, man.
Yeah.
This is super awesome, man.
Awesome.
I can't wait to meet you
Ooh.
in real life.
I know. That's gonna be so awesome. What are your plans for this weekend? You know?
So actually tomorrow I gotta go through another set of comics that I'm gonna send out to CGC by Monday because I have to send. So I send out some for the next show. I was gonna do a show this coming up Saturday, right? But the problem is that it would be all signed books, and the problem with Whatnot is that everybody wants deals. So and then it's kind of like giving my signed books for half price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of heartbreaking. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I already sent some books out, so I'm waiting for those. Then I'm gonna send out another set, and then I put out some books to go to Comic Con to get signed next month. So I got a 4-day pass. Shout out to me. So I got a 4-day pass. And, they helped me out with that. So I'm gonna get that done. And I think you guys some stuff over there too. Oh yeah, I got you. You guys gonna be lit.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna do an exchange here. What do they call that in Hawaii? D? We're gonna exchange some Lahala baskets.
Oh yes.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
All right, guys. 9 entered. You guys got 20 more seconds to hit that minute, and then we're gonna run this right now. We got 260 of you watching.
What?
Anybody on
Come
X can
on.
enter right now. But hey, you snooze, you lose. And shout out to Nino. Thank you so much for the giveaway. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your positivity and also the enlightenment that you gave us in the chat tonight. This has just been really sweet.
Yeah. And Hinano, does it? Okay, never mind.
What's that?
No, I saw. I don't know if you add like another word to the hashtag, if it counts it or not. But it looks like DJ Vet.
He fixed it. Yeah, guys, you have to like enter it on how you see it on the screen. And the minute is up, everyone. Good luck, 9 of you. Let's see who it's gonna be. Who's gonna be the winner right here?
Good luck.
Good luck, you guys.
Who is it going to be?
Acrolite! Ooh!
What? Let's go! Ooh, Acrolite! Let's go! Congrats, GG! Let's go, bro!
Oh, love it, love it.
That's
she was just on Get to the Comics earlier today, reading comics with Oz. So stoked right there.
That's awesome.
Big congrats to you.
Congrats to you.
Give your address to Nino, and let's go.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, Nino, so much.
I think I can't hear him anymore. Can you hear him, D?
No, you can't hear me.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
It's like the Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now?
Oh
my god.
It's so fitting, Nino. It's so fitting. Oh, big congrats to you,
I feel like I should sell you
I
feel like I should sell you a phone and
yeah, I think so. We need a phone, man. Oh, D, close out the show. This has been
Thank you, everybody, for being here once again. Appreciate you, Nino. Thank you so much for just your time, your words, talking story with us. Thank you. Oh, no, he's not here.
We lost him. It's okay.
But thank you, Nino, for your generosity for our comics and the one for the chats. And hope everyone had a great time, with all the laughs and, the serious talk and inspirational words from Nino. Just hope everyone has a great weekend, and be kind to one another and support one another. And go ahead.
And then also, guys, if you could like and subscribe to this guy. Spam him. Thank him for tonight. This has been an awesome conversation. This is what we live to do up here and hang out with you guys. This has been a fun Friday night. I hope you all have a really awesome weekend. Whatever you guys are doing tonight. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care and aloha, everyone.
Bye.